Ah, somebody's wearing orange. Everybody's wearing black. He's got the football on. Man United are winning. It's great. A quick talk to one of the ladies. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh, did you play the ladies' event yesterday?
No.
Why?
Because they were already in the bounty game.
Oh, you're in the red tooth?
Yeah, I'd already
How
paid
did you
for
do
that. Not very well. Not
Should have
good
played
enough.
the ladies.
I know, should have.
How's the first session going to Goliath?
Well, it's going okay.
Well, you've got yellow chips, which is good.
Yeah, still got some yellow chips.
Which is good. Have you got any interest in the ladies who are left? Will you be watching?
No,
to see who's,
I don't know who's left.
No?
No, nobody I know, I don't think.
No, well, there's 18, a good turnout.
Yeah, no, I had a look.
219?
Yeah.
Great turnout. You'll have to play that next year, not the bounty.
I know.
Did you get any bounties?
No, weren't a good game, either.
Didn't get any bounties, didn't play the ladies, bust out the bounties, not got many chips in Goliath.
It's going to happen, it's going to change.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. What's your name?
Elaine.
Elaine, thank you very much for chatting.
Yeah, no
And just somebody double her up, please. We need a double for Elaine. Oh, I'll tell you what. You know when we started this Goliath 10 years ago, I used to be fit as a fiddle, and now I just can't get through the tables or anything. Quick wander around. It's great, as you can see up there. 951 runners so far. That is what everybody looks at, by the way. That's what everybody looks at. As you can see, level 4, there's a break in 2 minutes' time, so we'll quickly get round in a couple of minutes' time. It's what all the players look for. A couple of minutes left. 951 runners so far. We're going to have a quick chat around. Oh, can we see this empty seat? I like these empty seats. It means we can sit down. Afternoon, everybody.
How are you?
What's your name, sir?
Roy.
Roy, how's things going, Roy?
I've just
What's
sat
the
down.
table like?
Well, I just sat down. I played 3 hands, 1-3, but I got in on alternate 1-1-3.
Excellent. Excellent. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Empty seat. Who bust this guy here?
Well, there's been 3 busts out in
Has there?
2 or 3 busts
Active
out.
table then.
There's been loads of action.
And you've got loads of chips.
I've got some.
Yeah, and you've got loads of chips as well. Man, I'm not surprised playing
He's
Ace-4.
done it the right way. As a lay-in, turns up late and wins the first 3 hands massively.
That's not too bad. He got a bit unlucky then. There you go. How did you get some of your chips?
Yeah, from him.
From that. I like it. I like it. Oh, you're just spreading your chips all around, are you? Is this the first Goliath you've played, or is this one of multiple?
No, one of multiple.
Yeah. Is it good to be back?
It is very good to be back.
2019 was great, wasn't it? And then all of a sudden we just stopped.
The world stopped.
It did.
Yeah.
Glad to be back.
Absolutely.
Glad to be back involved.
Absolutely.
That's what we like to hear. We do. Nice to see you, Roy. Good luck, everybody, at the tables. We are just about to go on a break, 1 minute and 10 seconds, so we'll quickly move round to the middle of the room because we're going on a break very shortly. Great to see players around the room. It's a good little walk round. We'll do this 2 or 3 times. Afternoon, sir. What's your name? Tell the world.
Martin Gordon.
Martin, you've got a bus
the
stop.
Potters.
That's Stoke City. You've got a new manager.
Well, we've got the
Yes.
assistant. I don't know if
you've a new manager.
I don't know if
you've more chips than you started with.
Just about, yeah.
How?
How? I win.
Nobody at the table knows, to be fair. They've no idea how you've got more chips than you started with. I am amazed as well. Up the Potters, that's all we say. The guys are going on a break, so we'll leave them to it. It's great to walk around. We'll do it all week because this is Goliath 2022, and we are back live. Goliath 2022, we're going to wander from the comms into the hall. We're going to wander around the tables. We'll have a quick chat with a few people, see what's happening, and see if they're enjoying the first Goliath 2022 live back after 3 years. And I feel like, where's the music? There's no music again. We need music, we need ambience, we need sounds and sings, and we need a sing. There's a spare seat here. We'll find out what's happened to this guy who was sat here. What's happened to this guy who was sat here?
He's never got here yet.
He's not got here? Okay. What's the table like?
It's okay.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris, tell me who at the moment is the best player at the table?
Who's the best player? That's a really tricky one. I think this man here.
Oh, Sally, what's your name, sir?
Mitesh.
Mitesh. What's the best hand you played so far?
Can't reveal my secrets.
No, Mr. Dawson's sat in seat number 1. You know, I don't know if you watch the GUKPT on a regular basis, but this guy laddered up 7 spots in the GUKPT by stuck in traffic on the M62. It was his best cash ever, and it was on the motorway. True story?
True story.
True story. True story. It's a true story.
From the biggest win.
Can we just... oh no, are we going to be able to see Chris's cards? Just bend down. The camera's behind your neck. Just have a quick look. Okay, right, we'll sit here and watch the hand. It's great. This is the first time I've ever sat at a table as a Goliath. You alright, sir? You know when we sat here 30 seconds, do you? No, good. We're bet 1,000. This is the first live action of Goliath 2022 for us. Oh, it's a winning hand as well. We're 1 for 1. Show the. We've seen the cards as well. Showing the bluff. Look at that. Look at that. Only plays the nuts. I love it. I love it. It's great to come round Goliath. After you, sir. You play. Get yourself in. I love it. Absolutely love this place. It's great to be back. Sean, yes. How's it gone so far, sir? You're the man with the suit.
It's going fantastic, to be honest with you. Great turnout for the GUKPT and now the Goliath. First day.
We know the setup is crazy. It's all hands on deck. This morning, it's all hands on deck again.
It's incredible, mate.
You've got the side event over 600 runners.
Yep.
Which has obviously taken a lot of staff into there.
Of course.
But apart from the ambience and a little bit of, we need some
music,
some disco.
AC/DC.
Well, I don't really say I don't really mind, but obviously from your end,
yes.
On your feet all day long, it's a tough day for everybody, but it's still played in great spirits, isn't it?
Of course, everyone knows how it is. It's the Goliath, it's the biggest festival in England. Everyone's looked forward to it. Let's hope the next week goes great. So.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Any problems around the room, come see this man because he knows everything. Apart from this man does as well. I tell you. Let's have a quick wander around, see if we can get inside. See how the Mackhams are going. Let's go to seat number 4 and see how the Mackhams are going on. Let's have a quick chat. What's your name, sir?
Smider.
So we've got a Sunderland chip protector, and how's the level going? So what are the white ones? 1Ks.
1Ks.
We've got
very
no chips
poor.
left. What have you been doing?
Very poor.
Who's
very
took them
poor.
all?
Oh, he's gone. I don't know who was telling you.
Can't believe it.
Well, they're still drawn.
Yeah. We've got a tip in the 210 at Newmarket. I tell you, things you can do at a poker table. Watching racing, watching football. It's great. I love this game. We'll have a quick wander around all the way around the rows. Who can we see? I tell you what. It's, I want somebody to wear orange. Somebody wearing orange. Everybody's wearing black. He's got the football on. Man United are winning. It's great. A quick talk to one of the ladies. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh, did you play the ladies' event yesterday?
No.
Why?
Because they were already in the banter game.
Oh, you're in the red tooth?
Yeah, I'd already
How
paid
did you do
for
that?
Not very well. Not
Should have
good
played
enough.
the ladies.
I know, should have.
How's the first session going to Goliath?
Well, it's going okay.
Well, you've got yellow chips, which is good.
Yeah, still got some yellow chips.
Which is good. Have you got any interest in the ladies who are left? Will you be watching?
No,
to see who's,
I don't know who's left.
No?
No, nobody I know, I don't think.
No, well, there's 18, a good turnout.
Yeah, no, I had a look.
219?
Yeah.
Great turnout. You'll have to play that next year, not the bounty.
I know.
Did you get any bounties?
No, weren't a good game, either.
Didn't get any bounties, didn't play the ladies, bust out the bounties, not got many chips in Goliath.
It's going to happen, it's going to change.
Absolutely. What's your name?
Elaine,
thank you very much for chatting.
Yeah, no problem.
And just somebody double her up, please. We need a double for Elaine. Oh, I'll tell you what. You know when we started this Goliath 10 years ago, I used to be fit as a fiddle, and now I just can't get through the tables or anything. Quick wander around. It's great, as you can see up there. 951 runners so far. That is what everybody looks at, by the way. That's what everybody looks at. As you can see, level 4, there's a break in 2 minutes' time, so we'll quickly get round in a couple of minutes' time. It's what all the players look for. A couple of minutes left. 951 runners so far. We're going to have a quick chat around. Oh, can we see this empty seat? I like these empty seats. It means we can sit down. Afternoon, everybody.
How are you?
What's your name, sir?
Roy.
Roy, how's things going, Roy?
I've just
What's
sat
the
down.
table like?
Well, I just sat down. I played 3 hands, 1-3, but I've got in on alternate 1-1-3.
Excellent. Excellent. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Empty seat. Who bust this guy here?
Well, there's been 3 busts out in there.
Has there? Oh, active table then.
There's been loads of action.
And you've got loads of chips.
I've got some.
And you've got loads of chips as well. I'm not surprised playing
He's
AS4.
done it the right way. Adelaide turns up late and wins the first 3 hands massively.
That's not too bad. He got a bit unlucky then. There you go. How did you get some of your chips?
Yeah, from him.
From that. So the ladies are in town. Katie's on her way. She's going to be doing an hour with Jay and then an hour with me. Katie's going to be doing the duration of the ladies.
I can hear the laugh. I can hear the laugh.
Here comes the
coming down the
giggles.
corridor.
Who we got? Turn up late. Who we got?
So table we've got 2 tables, guys. 18 players left. Featured table. The 9 ladies on here. In 1 we got Donna Harley. In 2 Diane Chevrier. 3 Valerie Bennett. 4 Holly Barber. 5 Sandra Hardwick. 6 Tracy Taylor. 7 Margaret Gilderstone. 8 Joanna Chillmaid. And in 9 is Samantha Watson.
Fantastic. Well, we heard the giggles, so we knew she was on her way.
We could hear them coming down.
And here she is. Here she is. I'm Katie. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, thank you.
She's in the comms because she's rubbish at poker, so we're expected to commentate her on the final. But the flip free rolls on at 3 o'clock. I'm in it. I'm in it. Why is it not started?
Right, who am I taking over?
It's up me. 200. I'm starting in no. So let me just lose at poker.
Okay.
All right, we're on.
All right. I can give you tips at that if you like. I'm really good at that.
You're out, Tower.
What?
It's already in. Your hands
It
on the
starts
string.
in no seconds.
Yeah, you must be out.
Why?
Because mine just come up and I lost
You
mine.
could flip better,
If I flip better.
You got to start.
I lost in the free roll.
I like your cups.
I'm rubbish. There we go. Do you like them?
I love them.
They're great, aren't they?
I need a Swifty one.
Yeah. You need friends. So in comes Katie for the first hour with Jay, and then we'll swap over, and I'll be in at 4 with Katie as Jay takes a well in an hour. So Katie Swift, take it away. Congratulations, by the way. 219 runners.
Thank
you.
Amazing.
It's
well done.
Hard work pays off, right?
Well done. Well done. And
Thank you.
I'll hand you over to Katie.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be here. Can I move towels
Yeah.
and cups? Because I'm frightened of knocking something over, you know. I've got to be so careful in this gaff, haven't you?
Great turnout yesterday,
Right.
though. It's we were expecting final table today, but the fact that we had so many runners.
Exactly that. I mean, we didn't finish till 3:30 in the morning, so we took the decision to basically go with the coming back with 2 tables, which I think was the correct decision, because it's, you know, you want people at this business end of the game to be fresh and alert and able to concentrate and focus. So yeah, we took that decision when we were about 4 tables out. We thought, right, go to 2, to bring 18 back, and to lose 1 player between 19 and 18 took an hour. It was like,
wow,
everyone wanted to get through today too, so there were so many all-ins and either split pots or the double ups of the short stacks. So yeah, it was
Well, speaking of all-ins here, we're probably going to have, Joanne's going to have to call this off. What's this, 7 big blinds? We've opened to just over 2.
Joanne came back as chip leader today, so I don't know exactly what, like by how much, whether there was any other close stacks or any particular short stacks. She had the chip lead. It was lovely to see them bagging up last night in the new bags.
Oh.
The environmentally friendly bags. I've been a big advocate of that, so behind the scenes trying to get that in, so it's good to see Grosvenor going with those. I'm gutted I didn't get one, but that's the aim of the week. So we've got Ace King, P6s.
Yeah, Donna the player at risk. No help there for Donna. Going to need to find an ace or king to survive here.
A few backdoors with the straight.
No help there.
Now.
So just the 6 outs for Donna to stay alive in the ladies, and it is the 8 of diamonds. So we are going to lose Donna Harley.
Okay. GG. Such a nice atmosphere in this comp, I have to say. A huge shout out to every single female that came and played this, supported it from basically its conception, really. The behind the scenes atmosphere as well, the enthusiasm and excitement going on in the build up to this week has been incredible. It really has. And just really nice, a really fun, friendly atmosphere. Some really good play as well, really good players. Like really, I sat down at my first table and was like, I've got a tough table draw here. It's, you know, there's a few decent players out there, which is really good to see. I love that. I love the game growing, you know. I'm in two places at once. I've just turned
Yeah, I see you in the background
In my
on the delay.
It's always weird when that happens.
I think I've noticed, Katie, stack sizes here very, very shallow.
It is very shallow. We started with 15k. I think I will review that for next year, actually.
Because I think I spoke to the other half played this yesterday. She was in the field. She come like 40th around there, something like that. And I think maybe start at like 3 o'clock. Have a 40-minute clock, maybe like a 20k starting stack. And when we get to this end, give the girls a chance to play. Like
I couldn't agree more. Honestly, we've increased the length of the clock, and the structure is a lot better than what it was pre-COVID, but it still needs a little bit of tweaking. I went for a 6 p.m. start time purely based on thinking that because it's now a 2-day event, I felt like some of the ladies might be working and be able to get here. But now, after I created a WhatsApp group, and we've got pretty much all of the, we've got like nearly 100 people in the WhatsApp group, and everyone's chatting and networking on that. But it's ended up making me realise that actually a lot of women took the day off, or got here early, or travelled up. I mean, some were having their nails done, some were going for lunch and meeting up beforehand. It's really lovely, that side of it. So having heard all of those stories now, I think that we could do a 2 p.m. start next time.
I think that would be great.
2 p.m. start with 30-minute clock for the first 8 levels with late reg until the end of level 8, and then go from there with a 20k stack.
Makes
that
sense.
would
be
what I would
better.
like to propose. I've already actually been making notes on it, so
that's good. It's good
and then playing down to a
feedback.
couple of tables, and then it wouldn't be such a late finish either, hopefully. So
I think that would make sense. I think that would be great. And it's just at this stage of the tournament, like I'm just looking at this table, I think 6 out of the 8 stacks are like sub 15. So just giving them that chance to go post and have that post flop playability, rather than having a stack size which is just going to be push fold a lot of the time.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, I got cooled in hand. I was above average stack when I hit a cooler with kings into aces and all in pre, and it decimated my stack and I couldn't recover. Whereas you'd like to be able to think when you hit those coolers that you can actually then play poker after to recover your stack, but my stack was shallow at that stage of the comp, which I understand is not ideal, So yeah, I'm always open for suggestions, and my inbox is always open to anyone who wants to make a suggestion, because at the end of the day we want to improve it, and we want to encourage more women to play and more women to network by playing. So I will take any advice on that.
I think it's great that you incorporate that feedback back into it as well, and then make changes for the next event, and I think that's what it's all about, listening to what people have to say and then amending the next event based on that, what people want to see. We've got Holly here under the gun +2, A6 off. She's just going to move in with her Ace-X and going to get that one through. Hi all, I've pre-regged for the Goliath on Wednesday for my first ever Grosvenor event, but I haven't had a chance to get a membership card. Will it be okay to pop in Tuesday afternoon to get it set up? Yeah, Tony, that's fine. That's probably a better idea, having your membership card ready. If you're playing on the Wednesday, if you pop in Tuesday, just sign up, they'll give you a card, and then you can just walk in, scan it in the machine, get your wristband and be straight through for the day that you are playing. So Val, Queen, Jack of clubs here, sub 10. Like in a normal situation, probably just going to be shoving this hand, 9 big blinds effective. But,
I think this is the thing, when your stacks are shallower, it's so important to choose your hand range correctly. Your position, about the stacks behind you, have they got folded in their stack, their blinds, all of this kind of information is relevant to what hand you end up playing. A couple of the women have been asking me for advice on what ranges and stuff. So it's good that there seems to be a lot of thought behind some, the play and the stacks, and more than just the cards you're dealt, which is good. Oh, okay. Just nipping off.
Well, that was quick. That was a quick hour.
I tell you what, that was I felt like I slept in a microwave. Ding, 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 ping. You done?
Okay, he's just.
She'll be back very shortly.
For a couple of minutes.
Absolutely, she'll be back very shortly. She'll be back. Hope you're all on Towers Travel. I don't know how it started. I'd like to say it's all winning, but we could cash out, but I'm not sure we can. Are you on it, Jay?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Yes. Yes. Been endorsed by Jay. We're on it. Good to have all the ladies in the room. 219 runners, as they said. It was fantastic effort. Colin Porter says Blackpool 10. Oh, 1-0.
Blackpool 10.
Thanks, Colin. St Anthony C9 with the King 7, 16,000 other blinds. Gets out of the way. We have an all in from Diane with the Queen 10.
This is fine, Tower.
Yeah,
perfectly fine.
Absolutely fine on the small blind, big blind push.
Yeah, 5 bigs.
Works perfectly well. Yeah, so 212,000. 507, Joanna. Samantha 298. Blinds at 8,000, 16,000. Great turnout.
Under the gun here, ace 9 off. Working with around 14 big blinds here. Sitting here, probably going to let this one go. Got a whole field to get through. It does make the lay down. Joanna got a fairly nice one to open here. The King 10 of diamonds races to 50k. It's a big 3x size. Could have potentially open shoved this as Joanna with stack sizes behind us.
There's the hooks.
Yeah, we're going to have to call it off once we have 50k invested with the King 10 suited. Val in very nice shape to potentially find a double here.
So Jacks against King 10, King on the flop, King 6-4, 2 clubs. We now need a Jack to survive.
Just the Jack working as well.
No running strain cards, a flushing, a Jack and a Jack only. And it's not, it's the Ace of Clubs on the river.
So another one.
Another one gone. This has been a bit fast and frenetic.
That's well done to Val.
Well done, Val. Well done indeed. The hook's losing. Jacks against King 10. Another one bites the dust. Is Joe's favourite end King 10?
Yeah.
Sixes for Joanna. Sixes for Joanna. Jack 8 for Tracy.
Yeah, shoves the Jack 8 suitor here for 7-8 bigs.
Yeah.
Obviously got the blinds coming through us next, and maybe aware of that when we go through the blinds.
Oh, Samantha with the hooks in the goal.
That's all we got as an option here. Samantha, we're just going to be moving all in ourselves.
Absolutely. Samantha in seat number 9. She's thinking about it.
Yeah, this is, I think she'll come to the right conclusion here, Tower.
Yep.
We just want to be moving all in here with our hooks for this stack size.
Decisions, she thinks. Oh, Samantha. Oh, thought she called then. I'll bring the chips in. 125,000. Are we contemplating folding?
Never, Tower. Like if you really want to. Oh, wow.
Oh, we have. We've got rid of the hooks.
Wow, wow, wow. I'm shocked to see that, Tower. The thing is, like, you think about hands that Tracy should be shoving here for 7, 8 big blinds. She's going to shove any pair to deuces through 10s we've got dominated. She's going to shove most ace-x and other hands that we're going to have dominated. Like, most of the time there, we're just going to have our opponent 3 outs. Literally going to be 3 outs for our opponent. But the jacks do just get out of the way. As we say, I'm sure would have had her reasons.
Yeah.
And would have got looked up by Holly as well if the jacks did.
So it would have been jacks against ace queen against jack 8.
Right to the flop.
So the jacks folding in seat number 9 for Samantha. And as you can see, the flush flops.
That's why we
That's
fold the
why
jacks.
we're folding jacks. The jack 8 of clubs gets it in and gets a double.
Just flops.
Hey, who knows these things? So there we go. Full double. Full double to the jack 8.
Take out one of
Queen's Park Rangers have scored, says Poker Mill.
Who are they? Can't believe it. There's a Kev. Can't believe it either. But his team's scored.
One big.
Okay, he's back for a minute.
Joanna with the 40 big blind chip lead stack. It's playable. Worth mentioning that Sam, who is in seat 9,
Yep.
has final tabled both the previous events for this.
Amazing.
Both the previous tournaments that we've held for women.
Back to the table because we've got another Anne brewing. Samantha's definitely got getting them in this time.
Yeah,
she correctly folded the jacks last time.
Yeah, and this is.
I mean, Holly's actually found a half decent hand to get the rest of the
Yeah.
And then a bit of a cooler between Margaret and Samantha.
Yeah, a little bit of a setup here. Very unfortunate for Samantha. Not much we can do. Holly obviously just with a 1 big, just happy to get it in with King 10 after more money in the pot, giving us a better price to find.
Margaret, the at-risk stack here between her and Sam. I'll be very shocked to see this one out. I did not see it earlier, I know I'm not there really.
Kings, Queens, King 10. Margaret, big chance to double and to take out Holly in the process. Jack 5-4, no help for the Queen of Hearts because the King of Hearts has them covered.
Yeah, so Samantha's going to need a Queen. So the King 10 instead, we're going to be losing Holly no matter what.
And this could be a double up, and it is the King's double. So Samantha drops down. Jack's one hand folds them correctly. Queen's the next hand, loses half a stack and a bit more. And Margaret up to 400,000.
Worth noting as well that Margaret was one of my VIP giveaway ticket winners.
Oh, nice.
I think she's the only one left.
Like it.
So really lovely to see Margaret. She plays my weekly game online every week, and yeah, as always supported that. Some railing her as well, so that's nice to see.
Right then, Rush Poker. Well, I hope you're both good. I'm looking to come up and play the cash, but understand it's really busy and a lot of lists. Hopefully through the day there'll be more cash games opening as the dealers will be free when the Goliath tables break.
Exactly that.
Spot on.
Exactly that. Massive numbers coming back for day 2 of the 1K. Over 200 runners for the, I think first time ever. Over 200 runners in the 1K coming back. 2 tables for the ladies. There are a couple of cash tables running as well. And obviously 950 runners in the main. So yes, a very, very busy start to Goliath.
Great numbers for Goliath already, isn't it?
Ace King suited here for Tracy in the small blind, just makes it 50k. Nice big 3x sizing out of position. Could definitely shove this one though, Tower, with 15 bigs.
Could good shove, but it's probably thinking she's willing to call a shove, so maybe wants to extract as much value from it. These shallower stacks potentially would be the thought process there. Goes all in with the nut flush draw.
Yeah, shoving for just sub 2x pot here with the ace king suited. Maybe trying to fold out some 7x, 9x that we would be flipping against. That's great for us if we do get those hands to fold. And the times that Margaret does have like a queen x that she would call off with, we're still going to have a nice chunk of equity within the pot with our 2 overs and flush draw.
There's some queen x that would have been in their pre-flop as a shove as well, so perhaps she's, you know, considering she's still got best hand at this point and can fold out some draws. Margaret.
Queen
I
8.
always think someone who's got a fresh double up on their stack is less likely to want to put chips back into pots on draws and sort of, you know, lead them away. So
Feels like it's like a queen 10, queen 8 suited maybe when she's tanking for that long, but does just get out of the way. Gonna wait for a better spot. Tracy with just ace high, but did have heaps of equity within the pot.
Tracy picking up a nice couple of blinds there, very valuable at this stage.
Absolutely, 40
shadow
bigs.
stacks,
Yeah, 40 bigs, biggest stack.
Me and Jay in the background there, having a little chat.
Yeah. What shall we talk about when we go on stream?
Is that half hour ago?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely.
I think they're better. I'm just moving.
Blind on blind here. Margaret looks like she wants to get involved with the 8-9 off. I think she meant to call, but the dealer took it as a raise and it has now gone as a call, and Giant up going to get the option to check her option and mark a deal with the good news. Watford back level with the QPR.
Oi, oi! You only Watford!
The table volume's really low for the lady, says Unwides. We'll get that looked into. We'll have a little check of the audio coming from the table.
Oh, the commentator. Yeah, my Katie was just stood behind us, so she actually wasn't sat in the seat. So that might just be Katie. She was stood behind us because she got things to do. She was going to come in and do the comms, but she's coming back in very shortly. So she was just stood behind Jay's shoulder, so that's probably why Katie was a little bit low in the comms. Yeah, unwise. Katie will be back. None of the comms for the final. We're there.
So Diane, ace queen, lovely one to look down at when we've got between 5 and 6 bigs, especially under the gun with the blinds about to come through, moving all in for 112k. Looks like Samantha with a decision here.
So Diane with the ace queen, all in for 112.
Yes.
Samantha, we can't see the cards just yet.
Yeah, well, she's got a big blind in there, tower, and she's only got 4 back behind here, so doesn't need much. to put it in this scenario. And does look like she's going to fold. I think once we see that gesture, I don't think she's going to be putting in calling chips. Unfortunate to run into the caller. Queens versus Kings. Colin says Rotherham 1-0. Does eventually find the fold. Yes, Rush Poker. Emily is still in. If you look on the outer table there, straight at the top of your screen, that's the set outer table for the ladies. I believe Emily is in seat 6.
Yes, she is. Catherine Watson in red in seat number 1. And Risk It for the Biscuit is in seat number 6. Marker there. Rotherham United 1, Birmingham City 0. Come on, the Millers. The Millers.
We've got Tracy making it 50k in the hijack. And Joanna going to flat on the button here with the suited ace-9. Palace at home.
Crystal Palace.
Heads up between chip leader Joanna and one of the biggest stacks at the table.
885 is the flop.
A complete whiff here for both players. Let's see if we can find the C-bet here on this board as Tracy. Would love to see it. Nice one for us to continue on. We don't need to choose a big size in, but she has just checked it over to Joanna, and Joanna now taking the initiative once she senses a bit of weakness. Start targeting some better ace highs, some ace king through ace 10 that are going to be ahead of us. Maybe some smaller pocket pairs, putting some pressure on that part of our opponent's range. So don't mind this at all here from Joanna with the chips, just applying some pressure, and nicely done from her, taking it down. A nice rail for the ladies. So.
Yes, great, love it. Great.
I'll come out for me as well.
So Joanna here, ace queen. Joanna's opening here. Personally, I think we should just be shoving. Stack sizes behind us are all sub 10 big blinds, so ace queen just going to work much better as a shove in this scenario. Still can get called by worse for sure. And as well as that, like the times that we just click it up, the big blind may defend some wider hands, some hands that can still have like the 40% equity against ours. Always important at the table to understand stack sizes behind you, how many big blinds each player is playing, for situations like that when we can just open rip a hand like ace queen for the effective stack size. Raise does the job as well, and more chips going the way of that lady in C8, having a great start to the day, plenty in front of her, and I'm sure we're going to see Joanna on the final table, chip leader at the ladies at the moment. Just under a quarter of the chips in play as well. Plymouth 1-0. Oi, oi, Pokemel. Good news. Do you know what? If we start the Goliath off with a winning Towers treble.
Oh, another goal. Oh, no. Marker there with the bad news.
When Mel put goal like that, I thought, oh, must be good news.
We don't need a celebration.
Yeah. She put goal! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. It was for QPR.
Oh dear. It'll be 2-2 by half time, don't worry. Joanna with the Queen 3 gets out of the way with just under 800,000. Samantha with 75,000 gets rid of the 8-9.
Jack 10-4 rainbow board. So top pair here for Margaret and Tracy with bottom pair. Blind and blinds, the ranges are really wide, and Margaret just decides to shove the top pair. Back in these situations can definitely just bet, try and extract value from worse. I think once we shove for that particular size, very difficult to get called by a worse hand.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated with the amount of cash tables open. I know there's only a couple open already because of the dealer situation in the room. Because it is a very busy start when players start to get bust out of the of the main. At the moment there are only 2 cash tables open. And there's still 84 players left in the main event of the 1K, so still 84. There's a ladies event going on and 1,031 entries in the Goliath. GUKPT will be final table tomorrow. We're featuring the ladies final, the GUKPT final tomorrow. We have an all-in and a call.
Yeah, Samantha is at risk with the King Queen.
Yeah.
Gonna need some help. But none there.
We need a king. You're needing a king. Or a jack. Or a 7. And it's not. So, Queen King. Samantha, you're gonna bust. Well done, Samantha. Holding the jacks correctly, then hitting the queens and running into the queens, and now eliminated. Where did she finish, Samantha? Where did she finish? 14th, 13th, 14th.
Samantha made the...
Oh, are you coming back? You can't talk there. You can't talk there. You're too low.
Oh,
We can't hear you. Well, but yes, because people are saying, what was that lady in the background that's talking that we can't hear her? So do you want your seat back or are you leaving?
Come and join me.
Here now.
Are you sure?
She's here
are you
for
sure?
good. She's here
Are
for
you
good.
going to change your rules and stipulations again or not?
Couldn't help it. It was a cooler.
She's a wanted lady all the
was a
time. All the time she's a wanted lady. So incoming Katie is going to sit here so you can hear her properly. There we go. So there we go. Be with Jay and then we'll swap over very soon, me and the lad. But,
We just like a little change around.
absolutely. Keep chatting away and we'll catch you soon. Katie Swift is coming in now. Anyway, my name's Katie Swift, and I will be with you all day long until the end. No,
Where has she gone? Where's she gone?
Tea run. She'll be back. She'll be back very soon. Will Katie? She'll be. She's a wanted lady all the time. They need her to do things. So it's like, can you come there? Can you come here? So Katie will be back. I'm sure when we get to the final table that she'll be there. So we will let you. We will let you know.
I think we're hand for hand, Tower.
Are we?
The fact that we paused and there's 5 on this table and
okay,
5 on the outer. Well, maybe that's it.
Okay, well, what we'll do is, if this is hand for hand, what we will do is obviously pause.
Why have we paused? I think that's it. There's 4 on the outer table. I can see that. 1,
No
2,
way.
3,
It
4.
can't be.
And that's it.
What? What happened there?
We're at a final.
We're at a final already.
So, guys, that was quick. We've gone from 18 to 9 in about half hour. What we are going to do, we're going to come back at 4 o'clock. Katie will be here. She's going to do the FT with me and Tower. Me and Tower are going to alternate, so we'll switch in and out throughout the final table. But we are going to be back at 4 p.m. with the final table of the ladies event. We can let you know of the 9 that have made the final. It's going to be Marta Porter, Diane Chevrier, Grace Smith, Sandra Hardwick.
Is that Marta that does the stream? That does the GKPTs?
Maybe.
Is it?
Emily Glancy, Joanna Chilmaid, Tracy Taylor.
I'm
Margaret
guessing Emily's
Gerda
chip
Stone,
leader because
and
Emily had
Carol
chunks,
Clark.
and I saw that she took out Catherine Watson on the outer table.
I think Joanna's got to be chip leader.
Has she,
She's got a quarter of the chips.
Joe Chilmill.
Joanna's got a quarter of the chips in play, so
really,
I guess it's wow. It's going to be her tournament to win. But we are going to be back, guys, at 4 p.m. It will either be Katie and myself or Katie and
Katie
Tower.
might come in.
Katie might not be here.
Oh no,
Katie
might not come in. Katie might come in. You never know. But we'll be back at 4 p.m.
We will see you then
with the final of the ladies, and Katie will be with us.
See you then, guys.
See you then. Goliath 2022, we're going to wander from the comms into the hall. We're going to wander around the tables. We'll have a quick chat with a few people, see what's happening, and see if they're enjoying the first Goliath 2022 live back after 3 years. And I feel like, where's the music? There's no music again. We need music, we need ambience, we need sounds and sings, and we need a sing. There's a spare seat here. We'll find out what's happened to this guy who was sat here. What's happened to this guy who was sat here?
He's never got here yet.
He's not got here? Okay. What's the table like?
It's okay.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris, tell me who at the moment is the best player at the table?
Who's the best player? That's a really tricky one. I think this man here.
Oh, Sally, what's your name, sir?
Mitesh.
What's the best hand you played so far?
Can't reveal my secrets.
No, Mr. Dawson's sat in seat number 1. You know, I don't know if you watch the GUKPT on a regular basis, but this guy laddered up 7 spots in the GUKPT by stuck in traffic on the M62. It was his best cash ever, and it was on the motorway. True story?
True story.
True story. True story. It's a true story.
From the biggest win.
Can we just... oh no, are we going to be able to see Chris's cards? Just bend down. The camera's behind your neck. Let's have a quick look. Okay, well, I'll sit here and watch the hand. It's great. This is the first time I've ever sat at a table as a Goliath. You alright, sir? You don't mind me sat here 30 seconds, do you? No, good. We're bet 1,000. This is the first live action of Goliath 2022 for us. Oh, it's a winning hand as well. We're 1 for 1. We've seen the cards as well. Join the bluff. Look at that. Look at that. Only plays the nuts. I love it. I love it. It's great to come round Goliath. After you, sir. You play. Get yourself in. I love it. Absolutely love this place. It's great to be back. Sean, how's it gone so far, sir? You're the man with the suit.
It's going fantastic, to be honest with you. Great turnout for the GUKPT and now the Goliath. First day, it's
we know the setup is crazy. It's all hands on deck. This morning, it's all hands on deck again.
It's incredible, mate.
You've got the side event over 600 runners.
Yep.
Which is obviously taking a lot of staff into there.
Of course.
But apart from the ambience and a little bit of, we need some
music,
some disco.
AC/DC.
Well, I'm really sad. I don't really mind. But obviously, from your end, on your feet all day long, it's a tough day for everybody, but it's still played in great spirits, isn't it?
Of course, everyone knows how it is. It's the Goliath, it's the biggest festival in England. Everyone's looked forward to it. Let's hope the next week goes great. So.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Any problems around the room, come see this man because he knows everything. Apart from this man does as well. I tell you. Let's have a quick wander around, see if we can get inside. See how the Mackhams are going. Let's go to seat number 4 and see how the Mackhams are going on. Let's have a quick chat. What's your name, sir?
Smider.
So we've got a Sunderland chip protector, and we've how's the level going? So what are the white ones? 1Ks.
1K.
We've got
Very
no chips
poor.
left. What have you been doing?
Very poor.
Who's
very
took them
poor.
all?
Oh, he's gone. I don't know. Who was telling you?
Can't believe it. Can't believe it.
Well, they're still drawn.
Yeah. We've got a tip in the 210 at Newmarket. I tell you, things you can do at a poker table, watching racing, watching football, it's great. I love this game. We'll have a quick wander around all the way around the rows. Who can we see? I tell you what, it's, I want somebody to wear orange. Somebody's wearing orange. Everybody's wearing black. He's got the football on. Man United are winning. It's great. A quick talk to one of the ladies. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh, did you play the ladies' event yesterday?
No.
Why?
Because they were already in the banter game.
Oh, you're in the red tooth?
Yeah, I'd already
How
paid
did you
for
do
that. Not very well. Not
Should have
good
played
enough.
the ladies.
I know, should have.
How's the first session going to Goliath?
Well, it's going okay.
Well, you've got yellow chips, which is good.
Yeah, still got some yellow chips.
Which is good. Have you got any interest in the ladies who are left? Will you be watching?
No,
to see who's,
I don't know who's left.
No?
No, nobody I know, I don't think.
No, well, there's 18, a good turnout.
Yeah, no, I don't.
219?
Yeah.
Great turnout. You'll have to play that next year, not the bounty.
I know.
Did you get any bounties?
No, weren't a good game either.
Didn't get any bounties, didn't play the ladies, bust out the bounties, not got many chips in Goliath.
It's going to happen, it's going to change.
Absolutely, absolutely. What's your name?
Elaine.
Elaine, thank you very much for chatting.
Yeah, no problem.
Just somebody double her up, please. We need a double for Elaine. Oh, I'll tell you what. You know when we started this Goliath 10 years ago, I used to be fitting as a fiddle, and now I just can't get through the tables or anything. Quick wander around, it's great. As you can see up there, 951 runners so far. That is what everybody looks at, by the way. That's what everybody looks at. As you can see, level 4, there's a break in 2 minutes' time, so we'll quickly get round in a couple of minutes' time. It's what all the players look for. A couple of minutes left, 951 runners so far. We're going to have a quick chat around. Oh, can we see this empty seat? I like these empty seats, it means we can sit down. Afternoon, everybody.
How are you?
What's your name, sir?
Roy.
Roy, how's things going, Roy?
I've just
What's
sat
the
down.
table like?
Well, I just sat down. I played 3 hands, 1-3, but I got in on alternate 1-1-3.
Excellent. Excellent. It's just one of those things, isn't it? Empty seat. Who bust this guy here?
Well, there's been 3 busts out in there.
Has there?
2 or 3 busts
active
out.
table then.
There's been loads of action.
And you've got loads of chips.
I've got some.
Yeah, and you've got loads of chips as well. Well, I'm not surprised playing ace-4.
He's done it the right way. Adelaide turns up late and wins the first 3 hands massively.
That's not too bad. He got a bit unlucky then. There you go. How did you get some of your chips?
Yeah, from him.
From that? I like it. I like it. Oh, you're just spreading your chips all around, are you? Is this the first Goliath you've played, or is this one of multiple?
No, one of multiple.
Yeah. Is it good to be back?
It is very good to be back.
2019 was great, wasn't it? And then all of a sudden we just stopped.
The world stopped.
It did.
Yeah.
Glad to be back.
Absolutely.
Glad to be back involved.
Absolutely.
That's what we like to hear. We do. Nice to see you, Roy. Good luck, everybody, at the tables. We are just about to go on a break, 1 minute and 10 seconds, so we'll quickly move round to the middle of the room because we're going on a break very shortly. Great to see players around the room. It's a good little walk round. We'll do this 2 or 3 times. Afternoon, sir. What's your name? Tell the world.
Martin Gordon.
Martin, you've got a bus
the
stop.
Potters.
That's Stoke City. You've got a new manager.
Well, we've got
We've
got the assistant. I don't know if
you've a new manager.
I don't know if
you've more chips than you started with.
Just about, yeah.
How?
How? By winning
Nobody at the
hands.
table knows, to be fair. They've no idea how you've got more chips than you started with. I am amazed as well. Up the Potters, that's all we say. The guys are going on a break, so we'll leave them to it. It's great to walk around. We'll do it all week because this is Goliath 2022, and we are back live. Goliath 2022, we're going to wander from the comms into the hall. We're going to wander around the tables. We'll have a quick chat with a few people, see what's happening, and see if they're enjoying the first Goliath 2022 live back after 3 years. And I feel like, where's the music? There's no music again. We need music, we need ambience, we need sounds and sings, and we need a sing. There's a spare seat here. We'll find out what's happened to this guy who was sat here. What's happened to this guy who was sat here?
He's never got here yet.
He's not got here? Okay. What's the table like?
It's okay.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris, tell me who at the moment is the best player at the table?
Who's the best player? That's a really tricky one. I think this man here.
Oh, Sally, what's your name, sir?
Mitesh.
Mitesh. What's the best hand you played so far?
Can't reveal my secrets.
No, Mr. Dawson's sat in seat number 1. You know, I don't know if you watch the GUKPT on a regular basis, but this guy ladded up 7 spots in the GUKPT by stuck in traffic on the M62. It was his best cash ever, and it was on the motorway. True story?
True story.
True story. True story. It's a true story.
From the biggest win.
Can we just... oh no, are we going to be able to see Chris's cards? Just bend down. The camera's behind your neck. Let's have a quick look. Okay, well, I'll sit here and watch your hand. It's great. This is the first time I've ever sat at a table as a Goliath. You all right, sir? You don't mind me sat here 30 seconds, do you? No, good. We're bet 1,000. This is the first live action of Goliath 2022 for us. Oh, it's a winning hand as well. We're 1 for 1. Show the. We've seen the cards as well. Showing the bluff. Look at that. Look at that. Only plays the nuts. I love it. I love it. It's great to come round Goliath. After you, sir. You playing. Get yourself in. I love it. Absolutely love this place. It's great to be back. Sean.
Yes.
How's it gone so far, sir? You're the man with the suit.
It's going fantastic, to be honest with you. Great turnout for the GUKPT and now the Goliath. First day, it's gone brilliant.
The setup is crazy. It's all hands on deck. This morning, it's all hands on deck again.
It's incredible, mate.
You've got the side event over 600 runners.
Yep.
Which has obviously taken a lot of staff into there.
Of course.
But apart from the ambience and a little bit of, we need some
music,
some disco.
AC/DC.
Well, I don't really say I don't really mind, but obviously from your end, on your feet all day long, it's a tough day for everybody, but it's still played in great spirits, isn't it?
Of course, everyone knows how it is. It's the Goliath, it's the biggest festival in England. Everyone's looked forward to it. Let's hope the next week goes great. So.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Any problems around the room, come see this man because he knows everything. Apart from this man does as well. I'm telling you. Let's have a quick wander around, see if we can get inside. See how the Mackhams are going. Let's go to seat number 4 and see how the Mackhams are going on. Let's have a quick chat. What's your name, sir?
Smider.
So we've got a Sunderland chip protector, and we've how's the level going? So what are the white ones? 1Ks.
1Ks.
We've got
very
no chips
poor.
left. What have you been doing?
Very poor.
Who's
very
took them
poor.
all?
Oh, he's gone. I don't know. I was telling you.
Can't believe it.
Well, they're still drawn.
Yeah. We've got a tip in the 210 at Newmarket. I tell you, things you can do at a poker table, watching racing, watching football, it's great. I love this game. We'll have a quick wander around all the way around the roads. Who can we see? I tell you what, it's, I want somebody to wear orange. Somebody wearing orange. Everybody's wearing black. He's got the football on. Man United are winning. It's great. A quick talk to one of the ladies. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Oh, did you play the ladies' event yesterday?
No.
Why?
Because they were already in the banter game.
Oh, you're in the red tooth?
Yeah, I'd already
How
paid
did you do
for
that?
Not very well. Not
Should have
good
played
enough.
the ladies.
I know, should have.
How's the first session going at Goliath?
Well, it's going okay.
Well, you've got yellow chips, which is good.
Yeah, still got some yellow chips.
Which is good. Have you got any interest in the ladies who are left? Will you be watching?
No,
to see who's,
I don't know who's left.
No?
No, nobody I know, I don't think.
No, well, there's 18, a good turnout.
Yeah, no, I had a look.
219?
Yeah.
Great turnout. You'll have to play that next year, not the bounty.
I know.
Did you get any bounties?
No, weren't a good game either.
Didn't get any bounties, didn't play the ladies, bust out the bounties, not got many chips in Goliath.
It's going to happen, it's going to change.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. What's your name?
Elaine.
Elaine, thank you very much for chatting.
Yeah, no
and just somebody double her up, please. We need a double for Elaine. Oh, I'll tell you what. You know when we started this Goliath 10 years ago, I used to be fit as a fiddle, and now I just can't get through the tables or anything. Quick wander around. It's great, as you can see up there. 951 runners so far. That is what everybody looks at, by the way. That's what everybody looks at. As you can see, level 4, there's a break in 2 minutes' time, so we'll quickly get round in a couple of minutes' time. It's what all the players look for. A couple of minutes left. 951 runners so far. We're going to have a quick chat around. Oh, can we see this empty seat? I like these empty seats. It means we can sit down. Afternoon, everybody.
How are you?
What's your name, sir?
Roy. Cyprus.
Roy, how's things going, Roy?
I've just
What's
sat
the
down.
table like?
Well, I just sat down. I played 3 hands, 1-3, but I got in on alternate 1-1-3.
Excellent. Excellent. It's just one of those things, isn't it? See, who bust this guy here?
Well, there's been 3 busts out in there.
Has there?
2 or 3
Oh,
busts
active
out.
table then.
There's been loads of action.
And you've got loads of chips.
I've got some.
You and you've got loads of chips as well. Man, I'm not surprised playing
He's
ace-4.
done it the right way. Adelaide turns up late and wins the first 3 hands massively.
That's not too bad. He got a bit unlucky then. There you go. How did you get some of your chips?
Yeah, from him.
From that? I like it. I like it. Oh, you're just spreading your chips all around, are you? Is this the first Goliath you've played, or is this one of multiple?
No, one of multiple.
Yeah. Is it good to be back?
It is very good to be back.
2019 was great, wasn't it? And then all of a sudden we just stopped.
The world stopped.
It did.
Yeah.
Glad to be back.
Absolutely.
Glad to be back involved.
Absolutely.
That's what we like to hear. We do. Nice to see you, Roy. Good luck, everybody, at the tables. We are just about to go on a break, 1 minute and 10 seconds, so we'll quickly move round to the middle of the room because we're going on a break very shortly. Great to see players around the room. It's a good little walk round. We'll do this 2 or 3 times. Afternoon, sir. What's your name? Tell the world.
Martin Gordon.
Martin, you've got a bus
the
start.
Potters.
That's Stoke City. You've got a new manager.
Well, we've got
We've
got the assistant. I don't know if
you've a new manager.
I don't know if
you've more chips than you started with.
Just about, yeah.
How?
How? I win.
Nobody at the table knows. To be fair, they've no idea how you've got more chips than you started with. I am amazed as well. Up the Potters, that's all we say. The guys are going on a break, so we'll leave them to it. It's great to walk around. We'll do it all week because this is Goliath 2022, and we are back live. Goliath 2022, we're going to wander from the comms into the hall. We're going to wander around the tables. We'll have a quick chat with a few people, see what's happening, and see if they're enjoying the first Goliath 2022 live back after 3 years. And I feel like, where's the music? There's no music again. We need music, we need ambience, we need sounds and sings, and we need a sing. There's a spare seat here. We'll find out what's happened to this guy who was sat here. What's happened to this guy who was sat here?
He's never got here yet.
He's not got here? Okay. What's the table like?
It's okay.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris, tell me who at the moment is the best player at the table?
Who's the best player? That's a really tricky one. I think this man here.
Oh, Sally, what's your name, sir?
Mitesh.
Mitesh. What's the best hand you played so far?
Can't reveal my secrets.
No, Mr. Dawson's sat in seat number 1. You know, I don't know if you watch the GUKPT on a regular basis, but this guy laddered up 7 spots in the GUKPT by stuck in traffic on the M62. It was his best cash ever, and it was on the motorway. True story?
True story.
True story. True story. It's a true story.
From the biggest win.
Can we just... oh no, are we going to be able to see Chris's cards? Just bend down. The camera's behind your neck. Let's have a quick look. Okay, well, I'll sit here and watch the hand. It's great. This is the first time I've ever sat at a table as a Goliath. You alright, sir? You don't mind me sat here 30 seconds, do you? No, good. We're bet 1,000. This is the first live action of Goliath 2022 for us. Oh, it's a winning hand as well. We're 1 for 1. Show the. We've seen the cards as well. Showing the bluff. Look at that. Look at that. Only plays the nuts. I love it. I love it. It's great to come round Goliath. After you, sir. You play. Get yourself in. I love it. Absolutely love this place. It's great to be back. Sean.
Yes.
How's it gone so far, sir? You're the man with the suit.
It's going fantastic, to be honest with you. Great turnout for the GUKPT and now the Goliath. First day.
We know the setup is crazy. It's all hands on deck. This morning it's all hands on deck again.
It's incredible, mate.
You've got the side event over 600 runners.
Yep.
Which is obviously taking a lot of staff into there.
Of course.
But
players sit in the dealer seat, yeah? For the feet, for the photo. You're having three.
Whatever you want.
Well, I'm just thinking I can move the chairs out of the way for you. I'll get the chairs moved so that they can sit.
We're not having there, three there, and then
Facing the photo this way.
whatever you want. I don't
It's completely up to you. Normally it's the dealer chair.
Where's the trophy?
No, Michael's gone to get it. It's on the way. Jay will need them, but he'll need... You have it? Is it that? Oh, that one? Yeah, yeah. Just take that one. Yeah. Leave these three. Move that one away. Yep. Move that you come up to the photo.
I'll come in, Bobby, as well.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm ready when you are. Ready when you are. Roll back. Roll back. Roll back. Roll back. Honor. Honor, can you take seat one? Yes, please. Carol? Can you take seat 9 for me, please? Oh, no. Seat 9. Emily? Emily, can you take a seat in the dealer seat, please? You're dealing the final table. Everyone else, ladies, if you want to stand behind, we're going to take a final table photo.
Oh, this is better. Oh, this is dead.
We got everyone. Okay, this is your stack. Who was sat 9? Who's in 9?
This is my stack.
This is your stack, yeah. Carol?
Yes.
Yeah, you're in 9, yeah? Cool. God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. Who am I missing? There we are. Beautiful. We're having a final table photo. Big smiles, please, everybody. Big smiles.
Let me take the glasses off.
Right, ladies, all look at my camera, please. And all the others.
Start again.
Smiles, big smiles. Right, good luck. Good luck, guys. Thank you. Good luck. Good luck, well done. Congratulations for getting to the final. I'm seat 5. Your seat 5. No, you want to play?
Yeah, why not?
Enjoy your gift bags each as well. But please don't pop the Prosecco now. Right, Prosecco. Yeah, just don't go for that yet.
So ladies, I've got the rest of your seat for you. We've got Diane. Seat 2,
There's
please.
Prosecco in it, don't
Grace.
now, because I'll get it.
Grace. Seat 3, please. Sandra. Seat 4. Emily, you're in seat 5. Joe. Seat 6. Tracy, seat 7, please. Margaret, seat 8.
I know Margaret is. You're in the last one, you're in the last one, that's 3 left. So we have 3 last ones. Margaret?
Oh, seat 5 as well.
Ready, ladies? You're all here. Sorry, yeah.
Right, good luck, girls.
Yes, good luck now.
We're going to continue where we left off, ladies. Your blinds are 15,000, 30,000. Your button remains where it started at the start of the day, which is seat number 2. Have fun.
And we're back. Ready for the FT. Katie's going to join me for the first hour of the final table, and then Tao is going to be coming in to join Katie, and then after that we're going to finish the final table, all 3 of us in the comms booth. Going to run you through the ladies that have made the final table. In 1 is Marta Porter, 716,000. In 2, Diane Chevrier, 120,000. 3, Grace Smith, 290. 4, Sandra Hardwick, 117. 5, Emily Glancy, 454. 6, Joanna Chilmaid, chip leader, 678. Sorry, no, Marta's a chip leader with 716. 7 is Tracy Taylor with 290. 8 is Margaret Gilderstone with 480, and in 9 is Carol Clark with 116. So that's the final table, set and ready to go, Katie.
Yeah, finally here. This has been a long time coming, so it's good to see. Great final table, a great bunch of women at it, and it's so lovely that it's on the feature table. I'm really proud of getting this feature table slot. So thank you to the comms and the media team for allowing this, and I can't wait to start seeing the cards in the air and commentating on the action. So let's go with it.
Do you know all 9 of these ladies, or is it?
I do now.
You do now.
I do
yeah.
now, which is great thing about these sort of events, that this is the whole point. You network, you build relationships, you meet other ladies that are like-minded in poker, and then you see them at other events, and you're familiar with them. So Margaret in seats 8, is it?
Yeah,
seat
seat
8 is one of my giveaway ticket winners. So she's the last one left out of the group that I gave tickets to. Tracy, I've known a long time. Grace in the pink shirt in seat 3 is actually from my local casino down in Thanet, so good friend of mine. Great to see her on the final. Great player. Try not to be too biased between the girls that I've known a long time, but yeah, I know quite a few of these already before today's event.
So we've got it all in the call here. Looks like Sandra has got it all in with the deuces, and Joanna calling for less over Joanna's raise. So Sandra getting in her last 2 big blinds here. Finds a pet. King 8-3, no good for Sandra there. Going to need to find a deuce. No runners either, so deuce is the requisite. 10 on the turn. We did get a message from our action tracker that this hand was a bit skew with, but there it is, Jack on the river. So we do lose Sandra Hardwick. First hand of the final table. Great run from her.
First exit. I mean, this is the thing with some of the stacks are shallower, so they will consolidate and be able to, knock players out and then move on through the table.
How are we doing, Donna? Great row for the ladies event. Fantastic turnout as well. Well done, Katie.
Thank you very much. That's another point, actually. It's really good to see. I mean, this feature table setup is so amazing, honestly. It's in the centre of the room. The room is buzzing out there with the main event for Goliath, but the row has got the seats on the side, so there's a lot of support. There's a lot of people that have become friends and supporting their other fellow women players, so that's good to see. I love all of that, and the team as well keep coming over. Lots of activity around it, so really making these women feel special as well, and great exposure for them and good experience of playing on a feature table with cameras, like a little bit different from your normal table. So just having that experience, an opportunity, I think is really good for these women, because again, it's all about building confidence and making sure that they can then navigate their way through open field events.
There we got Margaret here opening the King Queen, choosing a 2.5x size in here. And Emily in the big blind, working with 13 bigs here, King 8 off. I speak about these spots a lot if you do watch the live streams regularly. So much better to defend like an 8-9 off, 7-8 off than a King 8 off, but Emily is going to call versus EP, can likely be in a dominated spot, but Emily seems confident in post-flop abilities to happily defend this one.
Emily is an experienced online player. She does her Twitch stream, and she will know certain hand ranges as well and be able to play post-flop comfortably on many board textures, so I don't think that she's the sort of player that will mind playing out of position post-flop and defending her blinds. I know, she hasn't hit here, but there will be times that,
like the times that it will come, let's say for example 7-6-4 or something like that, and Margaret checks, like Emily's probably going to fire, like you're saying, she's aware of board textures and
exactly that, and stack sizes. I know that she's got 11 bigs here, but peeling off of that when everyone else is shallow is fine. It's not a bad thing to do. She'll know when she's able to shove over the top and
plenty of support coming in.
We can see Dark Angel in the chat box, and we can see her on the row out there. Donna is on the row, so Donna didn't play the event, but she came here purely to row the event and support all the ladies, which I think is fantastic, honestly. It's just such good atmosphere, and to have people just coming along just to watch and row is, and network and meet friends and catch up, and this is our first chance to have had a big ladies event post-COVID, so that it's been like 3 years now. So it's really good to all get back together. A lot of us met up before the event and had lovely catch up, and it's great to see. So we've got lots of good lucks in the chat box, which is
Antoinette rooting for Grace, Peter rooting for Emily, Michelle Parrish rooting for Emily. And Brados, we are all happy that Live Poker's back. Paul's rooting for Tracy on Facebook.
Thank you to the person that's commented about me as well. That's really kind. Thank you.
Attention players and dealers in the live events of 400, 800 and 800 big blind and 488.
So interesting stack depths with the chip leader only at 28 big blinds, and we've got quite a few short stacks, 3 big blinds, 4 big blinds, and then 9 bigs, 10 and 10 bigs. We've got 3 players around that stack depth that normally you would consider that a shallow depth, like short stacks, but here we can see they're actually classified as like one of the medium stacks, which I don't know how familiar some of these ladies will be with like ICM implications and how to play their stack depending on shorter stacks around, so that will be interesting to see, or if they're just going to play their cards there, which is quite possible.
That's the thing, when you are this short, Katie, if you know what
Yeah.
you're doing and you've put the study in, you can play perfectly. Sub 20 bigs, you can play a perfect strategy and give yourself the best chance at winning this thing, knowing what hands we're shoving, what hands we're calling versus a certain amount of bigs.
Even the 10 big blind stack depths, like the chip leader's got 28 bigs, so they still don't want to lose like a third of their stack for your shove, so and put themselves at risk. So you can play it quite comfortably when everyone else is around those stacks. You know, it's different if you've got 10 big blinds and chip leader's got 100. You know, game's completely different. But here, it's a lot more. It's closer.
Yeah, so Joanna there just applying some aggression with the chip lead, just raising it up blind on blind with the 8-6 suited. Just clicks it, could definitely go larger than a min click, but gets the job done versus the Queen 5 off. Jason Bell rooting for Carol, says good luck to Carol. Joe Aldridge rooting for Emily. Plenty of support coming in.
I think a lot of the women that have played the event yesterday, and obviously those that got through today, will play the Goliath main event as well. So that will be really lovely to see a lot of female players in that. I'm really hoping that some can navigate their way through to the final and potentially get that first female win.
Can you remember any ladies that we've ever had on a final table of a Goliath? Do you think of any, Katie?
Yeah, a little while ago now, but yeah.
When was that? 2015, was
2015,
it? 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
So Diane here finds an ace and 4 big blinds, in it goes. And Emily here, suited ace 4, just going to let this one go. So much better to be the shover.
I mean, that just shows Emily's experience to me, that she knows not to be calling off hands. Like, there's a lot of players there that, to be honest, would go with a suited ace 4, like they would be seeing the ace and not considering the kicker, and especially when they're suited, they look so much prettier. Yeah. So people would go with that. But to me, that exposes Emily's experience, and she knows her stack. She'll be knowing the players by now. She focuses. So Grace as well plays regularly, you know, and she's a strong player back in Thanet. Tracy plays regularly, so I do know that they will understand certain situations. And Joe, as one of the chip leaders, is going to be able to apply a little bit of pressure on some of them. I think some of the medium stacks actually, because the shorter stacks won't worry about risking so much. They should go with it.
Marta in seat 1, she shouldn't really be tangling with Joe, because these two, they've both got plus 20 bigs, like 25 to 30 bigs, and then the rest of the table are all right 13 or less. So like potential to just lather all the way up to third for Joe and Marta in this spot and lock up third place money if they proceed correctly at this final table here.
Yeah, the thing is, it is a once a year event. It's prestigious. They all want that title. They all want that trophy. So you've got to play smart though. You can't just be going at it aggression, you know, full on. You need to be smart with how you play, what spots you take, what pressure you apply to certain players. If you see someone being more passive, you can maybe, you know, open wider. So all of them sort of strategies that are going to need to come into play, and the more experienced players are going to shine through. Yeah. You know, as long as they're not cooled.
Well, Margaret there, blind on blind, just setting Carol in with a 10-4. Love it. Just putting the pressure on there and getting Carol to fold the best hand.
Margaret is a strong player, and I think there will be a lot of misconceptions because of, you know, perhaps being an older lady. I think that people do naturally think, oh, they're going to be only playing actual hands.
Agree.
And, you know, you have these preconceived ideas of how people play depending on how they look and how they, you know, what gender they are. As a female, I can say that. I'm not being rude by saying that. I know that when I sit at a table, people instantly put me on certain hand range. So you have to use that to your advantage. That's part of the smart play, you know.
We will get a ticker for the ladies. We'll get one shortly across the bottom for you, Eddie. Is he already there? Look at that!
There it is.
Didn't even know.
So
This is what we're playing for.
There was 219 runners for this, which I'm blown away by achieving that number, to be honest. And out of those, 160 of them were unique entries, which is phenomenal. The top 23 are being paid. So obviously now down to the final table, where the winner receives just under 6,000.
Great for a £100 buy-in, Katie.
I mean, it's incredible.
Look at that up top.
£5,865 for first. I mean, yeah, I'm really proud to be hosting this event. You know, Grosvenor provide the platform for it to happen, and you know, a bit of hard work behind the scenes makes it happen. So it's good, but all of the ladies turning out for it and playing it ultimately make the event. So it's great to see. So suited Jack 7 here from Emily. I can start to see Emily opening these with bigger stack sizes, but at the moment not in middle position. It's just completely been. But
like the thing is, like Emily, she's just got push or fold. Most of the players have push or fold. The only three are Marta, Joanna, and Margaret that have a bit more wiggle room. Can open some hands. Don't necessarily need to just shove or fold. And
that's the sort of part of game where you need to rein in when you're short stack, because hand ranges or your natural aggression, you have to just consider the fact that your position, your stack size is behind, you know, the fact your cards might look a little bit prettier, no good. So
Marta here with a stack, just applying pressure here on Diane, just putting Diane here in here for her last 4.5 bigs.
Diane's obviously got a decision. She's not putting the cards in the box, but
is that nines?
That nines? Folded?
Is that nines?
Yeah. Oh.
Blind on blind for 4.5 bigs.
Wow. I mean, that to me is just a snap call. This is
to be honest, Kate, it's a snap call. Nines blind on blind up to 30 bigs, like even 40 bigs against some opponents. Like it's one of those.
Do you think it's because Carol's sat there with one big blind that she's trying to ladder, and maybe he's aware of that? But I mean, I would still take the risk there.
The ladder at the moment is only
it's
100 quid. It's like a buy-in. It's one buy-in. Are we going to get a better hand than nines with our particular stack size? We've got one more orbit, Katie, to find a better hand than nines.
Totally in agreement with you. I mean, that to me, even if I'm one of the medium stacks, I'm going for the win at this stage. Like, you know, that sort of play is never gonna get you the win.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. Sometimes you've just got to go for it. And yeah, it's not nice to be the one that's calling off your stack, but when you've got 4 bigs and you're about to spend half of one in the small blind, and you get dealt nines, and the situation of the big stack, the big stack's going to be pushing with any two.
Yep. Yeah, spot on. And love this from Margaret here off of her stack. Only thing I will say, open size is a bit extortionate. Don't need to go 4x, we can just click it to 60, but fine to open the ace-9 here in the hijack, and option on Grace now in the big, who lets the deuce go. And that, once again, Kay, that's just the experience there from Grace, knowing that deuce is here. We're just always going to be in a flip situation at best, so we can find a better spot still. We still got another orbit.
And it also looks from Grace's perspective that Margaret doesn't have any fold equity against Grace's shove stack, so Margaret's raised so much. Perhaps if it was a min raise it would be different, but it's you're not going to apply any pressure by pushing all in. Margaret's going to be calling. You know you've got to avoid 2 overs hitting at the absolute least. So yeah, good fold by Grace there. I like that.
I saw as well, Katie, everyone got a little goodie bag that made the final table.
Everyone got a goodie bag who made the final.
Were they aware? Were they
were
aware?
not aware,
So you should have made them aware. It might have caused some ICM goodie bag bubble on 10 players left, knowing they're getting a goodie bag.
Actually, I did give a goodie bag to the final table bubble lady as well. All of the VIP ticket giveaway winners got a goodie bag as well, and I hosted them from 4 p.m. yesterday, so 2 hours before the game started. We had a meet and greet welcome drinks reception for a few of the ladies that were in that, which was really lovely actually, because then sort of settled them, and you know, they could all have a chat and meet each other, and it was really lovely to have that provided before the actual game. And for me, I mean, I know women's games sometimes get questioned. It's not so much about the actual playing of the poker. It's more about providing an opportunity for women to network whilst playing, to make friendships, to form these bonds where potentially then they might have the confidence and be more comfortable to travel together. I mean, I've set up a WhatsApp group earlier this week before this event. There's nearly 100 ladies on the WhatsApp group. They're chatting away constantly. Everyone's so friendly. The excitement's built up to the event. People are sharing taxis. People are sharing hotel rooms. You know, we're making it where poker is possible. You know, you can go to events and it's not going to cost you the earth now. You can share rooms, whereas the guys tend to have the opportunity for that easier, I believe. So I think that you only get that opportunity in women's events. I mean, you know, I just want more women in poker really, and I think that the easier you make it, the better.
Well, Diane, I'm guessing she's got a big hand here. There we go. Kings weren't showing, but now it's showing. Yeah. It's kings for Diane. So she's waited. She waited for a bigger hand than the nines.
Is it going to pay off? Margaret with the suited ace 10. Diane with the kings.
So Diane, player at risk, has the best of it. Can she fade? Oh, and that is a sweaty flop.
Wow.
So this is a post-flop coin flip now. Any club, any ace. And that is dead on the turn. That is unfortunate for Diane. Chevrier
really unlucky.
Gets it in good, but unfortunately for her, couldn't fade the club.
That is unlucky for Diane. Diane plays my week. I love that, how they're all clapping. Like, what a wonderful atmosphere. The rails joining in, the tables all clapping. Like, honestly, I just love the ladies event. Diane plays in my weekly game every week online on a Wednesday. If I could just mention that. There's a free roll at 7 p.m. where 3 ladies will win a ticket into the 8 p.m. game. The 8 p.m. game is £11 to buy in, and we have obviously the normal poker game. You can win cash on the actual night. But in addition to that, we have a monthly leaderboard where you get points when you play, and the top 3 ladies will win their seat to the final of a possible Vegas package. So on January the 8th, 2023, there will be a playoff final for all of the ladies in my game that have got their seat, and all of any players in Jamie's game. Which is on a Tuesday night at 7:30 for £11 as well. They will merge and basically play in a playoff where there's £10,000 worth of Vegas packages being given away. So it's a complete addition. It's not being taken out of any prize pool. Grosvenor are kindly adding that to our games. And as if that's not enough, they also give away £500 to the top 15 ladies every month in my leaderboard. So it's like absolutely printing money basically. You should all be playing that. If you're female, come and play my weekly game. You'll need to join my Facebook group to be able to get the password, because it is password protected. Just going to go to this hand.
Yeah, because we've got an all in the call. Carol's all in for her last big blind, and Tracy in the big has to call for 1k more, so she's never folding.
Oh, got a gut shot.
We'll draw here. So fading threes and deuces. That's a great turn for the ace king and Carol. Set for a double up plus more. It's no three, no deuce, and it's a 9 of diamonds. So Carol is going to get the double. So just jumping back to that, Katie. Let's say there's ladies watching this now. They've never played poker. They want to get into poker and try it. Come and play live, giving it a shot themselves. What's the best way to do that?
I mean, first of all, you can...
Like, how would they find you, like, on Facebook?
My social media, so I'm Katie Swift on Facebook. You can always get in touch with me there. I'm Swift Success 8 on Twitter and Instagram. So again, you've got the access to that. I have a Facebook group that is called Katie Swift's Poker for Women on Facebook. That is where the weekly password is given out, and it is an all-female group because of that, just to protect the game, the integrity of it. Then we play every Wednesday online on grosvenorpoker.com. Very easy to download, either on, you can play on desktop, mobile or tablet. So lots of ways to come and join in and play, and we have some fun. It's friendly in the group. Each week there's around about 70 entries, sometimes, you know, sort of 50 to 70 I'd say is the usual number. You get familiar with the girls, like the, you know, and then you go and play live and you've got things to talk about. You know each other from online, which is great. And then of course these kind of women's events is great for networking opportunities, and just enjoying the game. I think I always think if you enjoy something, you naturally are better at it.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm a big believer in just sitting down and having fun with it. Relax, you know, don't overthink it too much, don't get nervous. I know it's easier said than done with games, but maybe make sure that if you're playing live, you turn up a little bit earlier to make you know, to allow yourself to settle and familiarise yourself with the location. You know, where's the toilets, where's the bar, where can I get some water from? Grosvenor casinos are great for, they provide, you know, water available, you know, they're always someone you can ask questions to for help, and yeah, you get used to people that you know are regulars. So I've never had an unfriendly experience where, you know, I've asked someone for help, so it's good, and I would always encourage that, not just, you know, online but live. So we can see the big stack here is 20 big blinds deep. We've got short stacks at 3, 4 and 5 big blinds, so yeah, very shallow play of stack depth at the moment, so it's definitely going to be consolidating those within a, you know, certainly this level, I would think. I don't know how long the level's left, but great to see other people on the rail. You know, lot of male supporters for this game, and you know, my sort of mission, I suppose, in it. So it's lovely to see. Had some really good feedback from the atmosphere yesterday. We had music playing in the background, and that was really nice to have that. Grosvenor catered for every sort of want we needed. They did. It was lovely.
Oh, fantastic job though yourself, Katie, to get this all together. And I know it's like a long process. It's not just everyone turns up. You're doing it all year, doing all the networking, getting everything together, and the turnout that we've had is just fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It is certainly hard work, but
it's worth
you know
it.
Me,
I bet
Jay, you know me. If I enjoy something, I'll do it, and I don't do anything half-hearted. I'm all in, or I'm not.
Yeah.
I am literally like, and this I was all in with, and it's a great result. I'm very proud, but I'm honoured and privileged to represent Grosvenor as one of their sponsored pros, and I do think that, you know, it's part of it. I think people think that a sponsored pro just gets put into events, they just sit and play. There's a lot of behind the scene work and jobs that go on, but it's because we're all passionate about the game of poker, and we want to provide a good game for people. So genuinely don't mind. I love it. It's good. and it wouldn't be a game without all of the women that turned up to play it, right? So, you know, I love it. So we've got A6 off here that's been folded, which I really like that by Joanna. She understands that there's some shorter stacks to get through, and A6 doesn't play particularly well. And Tracy's taken the opportunity to shove with the Ace8. So
yeah, Tracy shoves the standards as it comes.
Yeah, it's cut off with a short stack.
Yeah, sub 5, you know. Sub 5.
This for me is a fold here, even though Marta has got the biggest stack. It's too much for a stack to risk, even though Tracy's shorter stacked. It's these kind of like making sure you're not just going to risk your chips and bleed them to double up a short stack. Like Tracy's not shoving with any old junk, so.
And I will say, guys, what I will mention, just looking at chips in play, I don't think this is going to last longer than 2-3 hours. So I'm not sure what we're going to do when the ladies finishes. I'm assuming we're going to throw the GUKPT Day 2 main event on. I think that would probably...
It's either that or the Goliath main. Yeah. I mean, I'm not too sure what you want to do.
I think back end of the Day 2, some notable names, GUKPT, grand buy, 125k up top.
Joanna with the pocket 7s here raises to 125. They're going for big raise sizes, I've noticed, which it's, to me, I'm not familiar with that kind of raise size from a short stack. I think that's quite unusual. Would you say?
Yeah, Joanna just needs to click it here. Yeah, like, that's the way to play it. But
you're kind of achieving, achieve the same thing. Like, and with these, I know that there's short stacks behind, but there are some stacks that can damage you if you're raising off of that.
And just a couple of things to note, a couple of reasons why it's good to open the 2x size in. First of all, we give ourselves a better price to take the pot uncontested. Secondly, we can get value from worse hands when we go 2x. Once we start going 3x, 4x, this start a larger sizing, we start isolating a better range of hands with our opponent. So,
and if one of the shorter stacks does shove with their 3 bigs, 4 bigs, even 5 bigs, you know, you're going with it anyway. So it's kind of like you're not achieving anything by making it so much bigger. Has that just gone on?
I'm about to put it on now because someone's asked who's in the booth with me, and it's the one and only Katie Swift. She has joined me for the ladies' final table. Towers should be back in about 20-25 minutes, and then he's going to do an hour with Katie, and then we're going to round off the FT, the 3 of us.
And no, I'm not still in. We are seeing the final table now. This is the final 7 women, I think, are left. So, yeah, we are here. I busted yesterday at day 1. I just got coolered kings into aces, and it decimated my stack. So I couldn't recover from it, unfortunately.
City still to all.
So Gracie's all in with the Jack 5 of diamonds here in the small blind. This is absolutely fine. She's got 3 big blinds. She's found a suited Jack. Like, yeah, just go with it. She knows that sort of range, and it's putting pressure on Emily. I think if Emily had sort of any sort of King X, possibly even a Queen X, she's then calling it, but with the hand she was dealt, she just can't. I mean, Emily's got 10 bigs herself. She cannot lose a third of her stack. Percentage-wise, it's too much for her stack to be calling off, even though she's got 1 big in there herself. So stack protection is really important at this stage with ICM implications.
How are we doing, Piano Cat in the chat?
Hi, Piano Cat.
And Rob Adams is tuned in as well. 8-0 Liverpool.
And everyone else in the chat box, hello. Good afternoon.
He says 8-0 Liverpool, and I've captained Salah, and he's got 0 assists and goals. Saving my wrong good for the Goliath tomorrow. How's Salah not got a goal in an 8-0 win or an assist? That's hard to do.
No salad. No salad. Nice. Next time, I'll have no salad. Have you seen that? Liverpool stripping back. No salad. That Facebook video, mate.
So Carol has a shove here for just sub 4 bigs. Blinds was 2040.
Many of these women have been playing many years as well. Emily's been playing like 17 years, I think she said. Tracy's been playing
17 years. She doesn't look older than 30.
I know. I was shocked when I read that. I asked each of the girls who had made day 2 to send me a little bit of information of their poker background and how long they'd been playing, what their biggest wins were, what their favourite poker stops have been. Several of them have said that this is now up there as one of their favourite, which is like great to hear, honestly. Someone who's been playing 17 years and then says that this is now one of their favourites, like unbelievable. And I love the fact it's right at the beginning of Goliath, so that they've come along, they've met people, a lot of them will now stay and play the main event. Some were going to go home today, they're now staying, they've extended and they're going to play the main, some are staying all week. So it's just, I love that, you know.
Yes, we will, Eddie. We will post the chip counts at the end of the day for the Goliath. It may be GUKP 10 main event day 2, but we'll probably get chip counts for both at the back end of the day when we do close up.
So we can see Carol here's got the pocket 10s. She raises and takes that. We've got Joe at 20 big blinds and right the way down to Grace with 5 bigs and Tracy with 5 bigs. So yeah, there's going to be, Grace is going to need to find an opportunity, as is Tracy, to get a shove, either double up or take the blinds. Is it cold in the main room? It's not particularly cold, I don't think. I've had like a t-shirt on. I think if you're under one of the air vents, it can be a little bit chilly. So I would suggest t-shirt, bring a hoodie. So you can always put a hoodie or a top over it. But no, you can see people walking around with just t-shirts on. It's fine. Yes, the Women's Championship will be an annual event at the Goliath. It was before COVID. We've had 2 of them previously. This is now the 3rd one. It's quite a prestigious annual event. So, yes, we will look to do it again next year. Grace shoves with her ace 10 of hearts.
Good enough.
And takes it, picks up some valuable chips there in her blinds. She understands there's nothing other than a shove, and she will know her range for this stack. Something we haven't seen much of is any phones at the table. I noticed Jo is on her phone now, but we really haven't seen much of that. It's actually, I think, really nice that they're just playing. They're just playing their game. No information required. They're just, let's go with it, you know. No hats. There's a couple of sunglasses on the head, but I think that's more because of the outside sunshine. No scarves. It's really quite, you know, just them. Martha with the ace 7 folds because she's under the gun, so despite having a big stack, I think she knows that there are some shoving stacks behind her that she don't really want to be leaking chips with ace 7 at this stage. So I like that fold. Jo now coming in with a raise on the cut-off, still quite large, 2.5x. And Tracy picks up the Queen Jack off. I think if Jo hadn't opened, this is a really easy instant shove on the button. But because Jo has opened, Tracy elects to fold and preserve chips. Margaret with the ace king, I like this shove.
Yep. Standard.
Yeah, very standard. And actually, we see that because of Jo's open there, it probably saves Tracy, because if Jo folds, Tracy shoves, she's into up against ace king and needs to hit. So those sort of table dynamics that sometimes change the play, like say about luck with cards, but actually sometimes another player's play ends up being lucky for you to survive. You know, there's a lot of that kind of, the butterfly effect, isn't it? I think there's, like any poker players, some ladies wear hats and scarves. I quite often have a cap on, so you know we do play with hats and scarves, but I wear a cap in normal everyday life as well, so it's not just at a poker table, it's just, you know, if I want to wear it that day. But some wear glasses, some wear scarves, but I think it's probably less because it seems to be much more enjoyable, relaxed atmosphere. So people want to network, want to talk. So I think anything like that kind of makes you more approachable if you're not wearing all that. If I'm completely honest, like that's just my perspective on it. Tracy not picking up anything to shove with here, so that would be a fold. Margaret folds her button. I think that is reasonable because Martha's got a bigger stack in the big blind, so she can't apply as much pressure. And Martha actually wakes up with queens, so yeah, good folding round when someone sat there with queens in their big blind. Tracy with 4 bigs, Carol with 6 bigs, Grace with 7 bigs, Emily with 9 bigs. I mean, it's really close at the bottom of that table. It's literally anyone who shoves and takes the blinds, they're all, you know, leapfrogging each other in the chip stack. So I think at this point, if I was one of the chip leaders, I'd really start opening up now, to be honest with you. I think that particularly as the blinds are about to go up and increasing, this is when I would really put my foot down. I don't know if you would do the same, Jay.
To be honest, like the straight I'd be playing here, if I was somehow in this situation as Joanna, like once Marta's not in the pot, I'm going to be just shoving almost any two.
I agree.
But I don't think that's what we're going to see. But that would be my strategical approach in this situation. As Joanna and as Marta here, when the other one is folded, when it's folded to us, I'm just going to be moving all. Well, here we go.
Yeah,
Marta's just
there you go.
Set race in there, and but that was blind on blind. But even you've just got to be brave sometimes and go with it.
Who's your? And Margaret's got 21 bigs. Joe, 18 bigs, and
Margaret's
16 bigs.
So
actually, it's really close at the bottom end of the table. It's really close at the top end of the table as well. So we need to start sort of making a little bit of, you know, putting your foot on the gas and creeping ahead a bit, I would say. All those big blind, small blind pickups are so valuable when your stack is so short. So, yeah, do you know what? The pay jumps are relevant, but they're not so heavy at this stage where you would want to be just settling for a ladder. Like, go for the win and apply some pressure with those bigger stacks. Be my strategy anyway.
Sevens for Margaret in the hijack here. Like here, as Margaret, I'd probably just shove this one. Oh, we've got Marta. Sorry, we have got Marta, obviously, who does have still 16. So I'd still shove as Margaret, but she's just opened.
I would still shove because I think that Marta has to fold a lot of, you know, probably has to fold maybe 8s, 9s because of the shorter stacks, 10s. So you're actually getting better hands to fold because of that ICM implications there of, you know, Marta's not want to risk her stack, is she? So she'll fold ace jack, she'll fold ace 10, that are all hard hands that can hit. Can't hear the table, but it doesn't look like there's much chit chat going on. I think they're all pretty focused. I know that they all want to win this. I mean, I've spoke to every one of them individually, and it's you know, they really want to win it. So Tracy is all in now with the Queen Jack, which I know she would have been on the button then, you know, with the Queen Jack had Joe not opened. But the reason she's all in, even though she's under the gun and it's kind of a marginal hand, she's so short stacked now that to then put in a big blind next hand and the small blind is going to be expensive. Yeah, Grace makes the fold. She's got the better hand, but again, it's calling off your stack to an under the gun raise. Although under the gun you should be fairly strong obviously the scenario where you've got 5 bigs.
The thing is with that, Katie, when you're under the gun, once you get to like a 6-7 big remit, you come to an inflection point where you now need to shove wider because your blinds are about to come through.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to be posting.
And rather than putting, we'll come back to that because Jo has made the call in the big blind as she should. And
Grace will be pleased with herself here that she's managed to find fold with it.
Oh, but there's a lady for the lady in the ladies. And this is the thing as well, we talk about you can still get there. Equity always running closest pre, so the times that you shove is cool.
Redraw with the spade now, with the jack of spades.
So fading ace or a spade to double. And it's a brick on the river, so we do get the double up there.
For Tracy there, that's going to be really valuable for her. You know, that's going to take a hit to Jo's stack. Jo is now down to 12 bigs.
It can change.
Yeah, I mean...
Going back to like under the gun, because what happens is when you shove under the gun when you've got 6-7 bigs, you've now got the chance to win the big blind, the ante and the small blind. Whereas if you wait a hand and you're in the big blind and the ante is already yours, so you lose that value when you're that short of potentially winning more chips, if that makes sense to you guys listening at home. So you do actually reach that point where you got like 15 bigs, you're going to be shoving it tighter under the gun than you would from any other position. But then once you get down to that smaller remit, it then becomes slightly wider because of what I just mentioned. When you've got 6-5 big blinds there, you've got the chance to win the big blind, the ante and the small, rather than waiting a hand and then winning back your own big blind and your own big blind ante that you put in, if that makes sense.
It certainly does, Jo. What did you do?
I just took the payouts off, that's all.
Oh, okay. So Jim's asked in the chat box if I ever find myself I'm having to adjust as being a female player at a table, a mixed table. I personally find that you just need to adjust all the time. It doesn't matter what table you're at. You're constantly adjusting. It just becomes second nature. So although I don't consider myself, I don't sit down at a table and think, oh, I'm a female poker player at this table. I'm just a poker player at a table. But however, I am very aware that other players at the table might be thinking, oh, that's a female at the table. Like, yeah, of course, you have to be always aware of how you're perceived at the table and play accordingly. So, yeah, certainly. Some things work, some don't. You adjust.
How are we doing, Anthony? Anthony Sutcliffe says, afternoon all, hope all well. Great to see Leeds regular Margaret leading the way. And Alicia asks, how many years you've been playing for, Katie?
Oh gosh, I learned on Christmas Day. My mum and dad taught me on Christmas Day it was either play and join in or go and sit on your own. So it was kind of like forced to learn the game. Much to my delight now that I did learn it, but yeah, so I learned, but I wouldn't say even when I learned it I didn't play like straight away. Like I went into the casinos when I went to visit my mum and dad and played in like a £10 rebuy with like Ben Windsor and all of the Thanet lot. So some good names have come out of Thanet actually, and we used to have a good laugh down there. But I was probably about like my early 20s when I first started, but I would play like a handful of times a year. I wasn't anything other than a social player, and only because that's what we did when I went and visited my mum and dad. I would say I started playing more and taking the game more seriously later on, obviously, as you play more. I qualified, I remember wanting to satellite and play bigger events, so I actually made an account at Grosvenor and used to play all the satellites and qualify to bigger games and bigger events and try to get more experience at those, and then progress from there. And then it was when I came second at Goliath in 2015 that I invested more time into the game and got my sponsorship as a result. And so I'd say that's about 7-8 years, probably 10 more seriously.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a long answer to the question, but yeah, probably I've known of the game about 16, 17 years, but I've played properly, I'd say, for about a decade.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember this, but my first ever GUKPT, you was on my table. 2015 grand final. Jake Cody was on the table as well. I don't know if you remember it.
No,
2015. It was my first ever GUKPT.
I don't, but I know you used to wear your hat all the time.
Oh my, this is a cooler. Because Emily's got kings and Margaret's got queens. And it's all gone in the middle. Unfortunate here for Margaret. Not much we can do, but we can take the hit with our stack. But Emily on the way to a big double here.
Very nice double up if this holds here. And Emily will know how to use the chips after a double up as well, so to apply pressure. So can the kings hold?
So far so good. We got the diamond as well, so no runners for the ladies.
Very clean flop here, yeah.
So just the queen needed to fade to double for Emily. And it's the 9 of clubs.
So Emily gets the double up.
And that's going to even things up. I think Emily, Marta and Margaret now are all going to have very similar stack sizes. And there you go, 13, 13 and 12.
I mean, could it get any closer? Wow. So Emily has doubled up and become chip leader, but whoa, it's tight at the top and tight at the bottom now.
Anyone.
It's unbelievable. Who you going to go for? Who do you think?
I think after that double, I think Emily's probably going to be favourite now. Saw her shove Queen 10 earlier in the cut-off at 11 bigs, which was perfectly fine. I think she's the only lady that finds that jam, perhaps at this table.
She knows how to apply pressure for sure. However, it is a game of patience as well, so I think that some of the other ladies have shown very good discipline and patience. Grace in particular, when she found the fold with the ace-3 of clubs there, you know, she's shown patience, she's shown she wants to be the one that's going to shove and, you know, put herself in a position to potentially get the double up or pick up those blinds. So, you know, this is the thing with poker. There is so many different strategies you need to apply. You need to play smart all the time. You need to apply pressure when you can. You need to tighten up and play, you know, sort of position and pick your spots correctly when you're a little bit shorter. This is the final table of the Women's Championship event at Goliath. Just for those in the chat box aren't asking. We are down to the final 7 ladies. I believe we have 3 of them still in the last longer, and we have one of the ticket giveaway winners still in there as well. So quite a nice little mix of women at this table.
Let's get ready to rumble!
You're 2 minutes early.
Let's get ready to rumble! To rumble! To rumble! Let's get ready to rumble!
Tower's back. In case you was wondering. Do you want me to scoot over?
Andy, the treble one I've not checked.
You have your designated seats, don't you?
Oh, no way. Why are you shaking your head?
I had City 3-2, didn't I?
Oh, there you go.
4-2.
Oh, did they win?
Yeah.
Did they? Wow.
I'll be back in an hour, guys.
Back in an hour. We're here. Here we go. Look at that. Good looking one on the left. Which one's the left?
Oh, they've got the same.
How's it been?
Yeah, very good. I mean, it's really close in stack sizes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so shallow stacks that no one wants to go out. They're being uber patient, the short stacks.
Yep.
The big stacks are not really applying as much pressure. So Emily's just had a double up. We've had a cooler with queens into kings. Emily got the double and is now the chip leader with a whopping 13 big blinds.
That's the chip leader?
That is the chip
leader. Oh my days.
Stack. So yeah, I mean, it is
okay.
Anyone's game at the moment. There's 2 of them that have got 13 bigs. I think one's got 12 and then the bottom have got like 3, 4 and 5 bigs.
Oh, right, okay.
We've got Carol has found the aces here, obviously a jam with less than 3 bigs. Marta has got a suited king in the big blind, so she's already invested for 1 big blind. You know, she has got a nice stack, and it is a blind on blind confrontation. So I can see Marta calling this because suited king in the big blind with a small blind jam for 3 bigs. I mean, what are you going to do? But
I'm calling.
It's a lot of her stack in terms
she
of
just flipped her hand over as if to say, I've got to.
Exactly that, and that's what it comes down to. It's like, oh well, you know, she's got the suited kings. So we go to showdown. Will the aces hold?
Wow. Well, we flopped a boat, and that is
the
dead.
flush draw is no good, so that's it.
Full double up.
Ships the pot.
There we go. Yeah. Full double. Is it something you can look at for next year?
Can you get this?
No, I don't know how to work Jay's computer, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
How's that?
You do know how to work
I know. Is it something you can look at to have a final table for next year?
100%.
Not having 20 bigs as big stack?
Yeah, it does need looking at, and I can only apologise for the fact it's shallow stacks this year. Obviously, I'll take on board anything anyone wants to tell me. I'm not, protective over
not at all.
the comp.
No, you want to make the game better for everybody.
100%. I started the game at 6 o'clock last night because I was considering the fact that women might be at home, might be at work, might be, could get here till later. But I think what I would like to see is that for a 2-day event for this many runners, we need to start it at 2 o'clock, or even midday, and basically do it as a 2-day event. It's got so many runners and it's so prestigious that you don't want this. You don't, and I hold my hands up to that. You want it where you can play poker. This at the moment is a shovel fold, and I'm very aware of that. And, you need to get lucky.
Well, it's good that you're aware and good that you can think about doing things for next year, which is good.
When I decimated my stack last night with kings into aces, I'm aware at that point because I can't recover my stack, and I've got one cooler, and yet I was above average at that point. It just took one hand. So definitely any feedback to me. My inbox is always open.
Have we got the payout structure?
We had it on the screen.
Did we?
We had something going over.
Did we know the payouts?
The
go on then, you press the button. Clicking buttons, there you go.
There you go.
Rolling across the bottom, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Goliath X Women's Championship. Do you prefer women's or ladies? What's the difference?
I don't mind either. I mean,
what is the difference?
There isn't. I just have always called it women. It's a women's championship. I mean, people say ladies events. I think because it's. I don't know really. That's why I went with women's championship. I mean, I suppose they normally say ladies events, but. It is a little bit different from just your normal kind of ladies events. I know that other people might have a ladies event at different festivals and they get, a couple of tables or whatever. This is part of Goliath, right? It's an annual event. It's got that prestige behind it. So, and it was all women that played it. There was no men, which I found it's really good.
Did anybody come up and say, "Why have you got a women's? Can I play?"
I mean,
it happens in Vegas.
There's a little bit of...
It happens in Vegas, it happens in wherever they hold the tournaments, anywhere in London, in EPTs or in Vegas, somebody will always say, well, you can't discriminate. But
we've had a limp here with Marta in the small blind, limps into Grace's big blind, and Grace has elected to check her option and see a flop. Obviously Marta's got the flush draw now. Be interesting to see if she now starts to apply pressure. She has just lost some chips, so she might choose to just check and see a river. She didn't want that chip rolling in, but it looks like she is going to put out a bet, which is quite good power play there with her flush draw, taking a nice pot down, winning back what she's just lost, basically. So that's what you're trying to do to survive. It's a game of survival, right? I'm not sure how aware of ICM and kind of them sort of strategies that these ladies will be. I know that Grace will be aware of it fully, Tracy will be aware of it, and Emily. I'm not as familiar with the other women, but they seem like they are all conscious of it. So even if they don't realise it, I think they are playing to the stacks.
Nice to have you on board, Alan. Watching the ladies' event from started yesterday. 219 runners, by the way, which is incredible. And to get all the women together playing.
Can I just pause you? Because
yes,
we have
stop.
definitely got a clash here. We've
Go on then.
Tracy has got ace queen and he's all in under the gun +1, and Carol has obviously called with the pocket queens. I would have preferred Carol to just shove, but I suppose that she's got one big blind behind, so it's kind of the same thing, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But normally you would just reshove purely to isolate. You don't want any other players behind.
I think
having
with the stacks
the
in
odds
play,
to
it would
call.
have been just about isolation.
Exactly. I mean, it's just mentioning it for anyone that you would normally shove there. So yeah, we are going to see a showdown.
Yeah. Scrolling across the bottom, Jenny, are the prizes for this event.
23 women have paid out, and you can see the names of those across the bottom.
Yeah, no ace at the minute. Ace queen at risk. Still no ace. We need an ace from
Clean
space.
run out so far.
We need an ace from space to survive, and it's
she
not.
Doesn't. I love Tracy. She's.
So we're just going to get the stacks checked. Seat 7, Tracy ace queen. We think it's them all.
Lovely lady, Tracy, and great player, and really, really good supporter as well. Like, she's a gem. She just moved actually on Monday, so she's been moving, and she's even managed to come up here and make it for this event. So she's got a lot going on. So it's great to see her, and I'm so pleased that she made the final table and has run so deep. So
excellent.
Looks like we're going to be down to 6. They're just confirming the stacks. I think this is the thing. It's going to just come down to coolers at the moment and who wins a flip.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
yeah.
you know,
At the moment.
Who flips best?
Well, we just checked the stacks, and yes, we have been eliminated. Checked all the stacks, took a while, but you have to be careful and check the stacks correctly. So we're down to 6.
I actually like the fact they haven't coloured up the stacks and made it where you've just got lots of the yellow higher denomination chips. You know, it's nice to see a stack of chips. It's nice to get that feel for it and be able to feel that you can still raise. I think that it makes you actually feel not so short stacked. There's a lot of a mental game aspect in that.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
So ace queen running into queens. 25k. That's a walk. Emily just gets rid of the small blind. No need to get involved. As we can see there, 16 bigs as a big stack. And as Katie says, we'll be looking at that for next year to give the ladies a lot more play during this final, because that's what they need. Only tweaks, that's all it takes. It only takes tweaks to change it. Yeah, just little tweaks, just a couple of levels adding, or maybe Maybe just a slightly longer clock.
I think her biggest starting stack would be a positive.
Yeah, what did you have, 20,000?
We had 15.
15.
Which I think 20 would be a nice one to have. I think we could start earlier, as I mentioned. You know, it was quite a late finish last night. So, yeah, there's definitely improvements, which is great, really.
2-day event's really good. I like the idea of a 2-day.
Yeah, I came up with that idea because I remember pre-COVID we had this event, and I remember the final table playing out at like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
The room was empty. Obviously, well, I kept the music on and stuff, but the atmosphere is obviously better with a full room.
Yeah, of course.
And we had no live stream at the business end of the game, which kind of was not ideal. So definitely making it a 2-day event, I think, is a positive. I think women will come away, relax, have a nice weekend out of it as well, and are quite happy to do that. You know, it's an annual thing, so it's and you know in advance, don't you? We all know Goliath's happening next year, so
we do.
You can start saving, you can start
and it's
making
not as late
plans.
as this year either.
And now we've got a lot more communication within the women's poker kind of social media element, that people can make plans together, people can room share, people can travel together, car share, cab share, you know, like, so makes it a little bit more cost effective that way round as well. So yeah, I will announce the dates as soon as I know them, but I will be hopefully making it part of the schedule.
Yeah, the discussions regarding schedule itself will not until the end of the year, even beginning of next year.
I can't see it not being on the schedule.
No, not at all.
It's going to feature on there, and I would be suggesting it's a 2-day feature as well. You know,
end of July, beginning of August for next year, Alan. But I don't know the exact dates. Reverts back to the beginning of August. Obviously, this year we had the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham that used the Ricoh Arena, or the CBS Arena as it is now. So yeah, it reverts back to the beginning of August. Back to norm. There's no Commonwealth Games in town next year, so we will be back to normal. I think the dates have been set. I know Jim's signed off a 3-year deal. This is one of 3. So the Goliath's definitely here for 3 years, including this one. James Hastings says, can you buy a friend into Goliath in Coventry? Yes, you can. You need the date of birth and the player's name, and then you need to sort out the funds, and then you need to obviously get the funds back.
That's for pre-reg. If you're pre-regging them, you can do that. If it's already past the 800 cap, then it's 200 seats are opened up on the day, and they have to be there in person themselves. You cannot buy friends in on the day for an event. So just to clarify that a little bit. So we can see here, this is the sort of blind on blind confrontation where Margaret is taking advantage of the fact that Carol hasn't raised her big blind. She's just folding a deuce, like Margaret's got the draw. Margaret's showing good aggression, but at the right times. It's not reckless. You know, it's calculated aggression is fine, even off of these stacks. And she's picking up a nice precious pot there that's, yes, she's still only got 13 bigs, but you've got to remember it's all relevant. It's all relative, sorry. It's like everyone's stack is shallow. The chip leader's got, 13 bigs, so Margaret's got 11 bigs, second in chips. Yeah.
You're not wrong, Kev. Looked like you had a fantastic week down in Devon playing golf. Sorry I couldn't be with you. Paid for it as well. Not to miss it. One of those things. Looks like fantastic weather, like the rest of the summer. Catalin, no. Can you claim unused online tickets won for cash? There will be no cash transfer to anybody. What you can do with your unclaimed and unused tickets is either sell them on, pass them on to your friends, or save them till next year, or use them part of a buy-in for any Grosvenor event. So if you want to play a deep stack, a 25-25, a G400, anything like that, you can put it towards that, but there will be definitely no cash.
Just go to the registration desks and the guys there are really good. They're so rapid this year as well. I mean, they've always been great, but the setup down here is just so slick.
Yeah.
They've thought of everything, you know. I really do believe that everything's thought of. There's water stations throughout every part. You're only walking a few metres before you get to another water station. There's bottles that are being replenished all the time. Honestly, I can't fault it. And that's not me being biased. That's genuine, you know. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it.
Looks like Goliath's on a break, as you can see.
Yes.
Is he a scheduled break for the ladies? Do we know?
I believe the breaks are every 4 hours for the ladies.
4 hours?
Sorry, 4
4 hours? What are you doing? Flogging him to death?
every 4 levels. But whether we get to that, I mean, you know, so we might just pause when we're at heads up, potentially, just give them a little breather before play recommences, because obviously then they'll be at that stage.
Yeah, so if there is a break coming up soon, obviously the ladies will be playing in an empty auditorium very shortly, but ever so quiet.
Yeah.
So if the breaks do correlate with each other.
Nice that some of them are coming up onto the rail to you know, obviously they'll need to have their little break, stretch their legs and that, but it's nice they're sort of having a wander.
Alright, interesting.
I'm being asked why am I not in this. I was in this. I was cooled in this to decimate my stack. I had a really lovely stack, and then I walked my pocket kings into pocket aces, didn't hit, and didn't have many chips left as a result. So yeah, unfortunately just a cooler for me yesterday, late on, went fairly deep, and couldn't survive, couldn't spin up the short stack. I then walked 8s into 9s, so same lady. It happens, you know. I didn't quite get the structure right for this event. I take that on board, and I will look at that and speak with Grosvenor to get that adjusted for next time.
Exactly. You just ask for a little bit of help, and people do. That's what they do.
Absolutely.
That's the best thing about the job.
Someone has asked, Alan asked above, that am I playing this week? I definitely am playing this week. I'm not playing today because I wanted to host the ladies event and do the commentary and provide support and everything for those that are on the final table. You've got to remember, a lot of these ladies haven't played on a feature table before. They haven't played in a big comp where it's 219 runners they're getting through, and they're you know, there's nearly $6,000 up top. That's chunky money for a 100 buy-in. So, you know, I want to be there for them and provide any. Some of them have asked about hands and spots and different strategies. So yeah, I wanted to sort of be doing this today, and then once this is wrapped up and we've crowned our new women's champion, I will play the high roller tomorrow. Hopefully day 2 of that on Monday. If not, then I will be tackling Goliath full on until Joker's Wild.
Yes.
Joker's Wild is the Wednesday night, so give a shout out to that. Definitely come down and get involved in that. I love that event. It's so fun. Yeah, so I won't be playing the 4, 5, 6 on Tuesday. No, the PLO. I will be playing my main event Goliath Tuesday.
Attention all dealers, once the players have left the room, they're on break until 4:30. 5:30 means make sure you're back on the table, 1 table from where you were just were. So back at 5:30, 1 table up.
Oh, I think I can hear it.
We should have done this before.
I know, the door was not. Yeah,
Well, as you can see, there's a break.
How long was your break?
As you can see, there is a break. So we'll put Katie's face on because we.
Well, I've just stuck a chewing gum.
Oh no!
Sorry.
We're on a break. That's all right. You carry on chewing. We're on a break. We will see you in. I don't know how long the break is for the ladies. I think it might be half an hour because it obviously coincides with the buffet that's in the casino for all the players.
Oh
That
my
being
God.
the lasagna.
And have you seen they've got a pancake station?
No, I missed that.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Missed
definitely
that.
doing that. Pancake station and cake station in its own section next to the restaurant. So check that out. Yeah, it's
So we've got a 20-minute break.
That's the only place I'm going to have a stack.
We've got a 20 pancakes. Blueberries, maple syrup, strawberries.
Cold high.
Shall we go? Right, we're off. We'll see you in 20 minutes.
Good luck.
Do you like my blind bass?
Oh, any blind bass. But not specifically yours, honestly.
Back to the game. Casey's here. First hand after the break. Woo woo. Oh, that hand, we had to watch it and watch it and watch it, didn't we? We just had to watch it all. Amazing. So Katie Swift is on her way back. She's probably gassing somewhere. You know what she's like. Here she is, gassing her way to everybody.
Sorry.
You just can't walk past anybody, can you, without being stopped at all.
No, I can't.
But how is it out there?
Oh, it's great. It's
Yeah?
a good atmosphere out there, and
Awesome.
just gone over and had a little watch of the feature table, so that was nice to do
Yeah.
on the break. And
Lovely.
see the girls, yeah. So
Awesome.
won't do any spoilers.
No, not at all, isn't there?
No. So oh no, what's going on?
Oh, no.
Okay. So is that on?
Not yet.
So Martha had the threes there. She folded them. Grace with the ace jack is all in. It's very standard. Emily folds the ace five. That again shows Emily's experience of not wanting to call off with a raggy ace for the chip stacks. Margaret king jack off. It's quite a chunk of her stack, so I would like to see a fold here. Very similar situation to Emily, where she's not wanting to call off with these sort of marginal hands for the percentage of the stack that you would need to call with. And Carol should be folding out the 9-10. Grace should be picking up the blinds here, so it's a nice addition to her stack. Just slowly chipping away, and this is what I was saying about before the break, where it's a game of patience as much as it is you need to be aggressive and you need to apply pressure with certain stack depths, but you need to be patient as well. You need to play smart.
Just tell PK, there were no sound on the break clip at the break, obviously. So we just need to have a quick check of that for us next time, please, Ulman. Thank you. Thanks for the update, Dennis.
Yes. My mum and dad are on the rail there.
Are they?
They are.
Where's old Kev? There he is, yellow t-shirt, hiding away.
Yeah, right hand side, mum and dad.
Right, yellow t-shirt. Remember when they banged the gong and they've been married 40 years?
They did, yes.
Flipping
and
heck.
they told me not to do it this year.
Well, is it not 50 years? When's 50?
Another 5 years. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, so Grace here with the king jack has just folded it out. Emily folds. I'd like to see what the stacks are now. They look really quite even now, don't they?
687 for Margaret. Marta's got 423.
So we have coloured up as well on the break.
Yeah, there we
Now
go. There's
got
the stacks.
The yellow chips are 25Ks, the green are 5s. We've got the chip leader at 16 bigs and Joe down at the bottom with 6 big lines.
Yes.
So shows as well that Joe was the chip leader coming into day 2 and was chipped up on the final. Lost a cooler hand where she went down into medium stack and now just hasn't picked up a hand to be able to play. So it's sort of dwindling a little bit, which has been unfortunate for Joe there. Unfortunately, at these stack depths, yes, it does come down to a little element of luck and, you know, what hand holds. So Margaret is all in with the suited ace-6 in the cut-off. That's fine. She's applying pressure. Grace has got the 7s. Now, this could be a call here for Grace's stack. In the big blind, she's invested 1 big. However, she might not want to go up against calling it off. Again, you know, Margaret's got the bigger stack, and there are shorter stacks out there. So I can kind of understand if Grace does find the fold here, how I personally would be calling. in this situation, not on every situation of being in a big blind with sevens, but your stack sizes are so shallow. Even the chip leader's got 16 big, so I would call, but I can understand why Grace has folded that because of ICM pressure. As you see, there's the stacks between 6 and 18 bigs. I mean, Grace is sitting at 9 bigs. I would have gone with that, but that's just a personal thing. With me, Grace is a really, really established player. Knows what she's doing and is happy to find a better spot, let's say. I think Grace plays where she would rather push than call it off, which is perfectly fine.
So 6 women left in the championships, crowning a champion sometime today.
Jo finds a fold there with the king 9 under the gun. Again, with 6 bigs, I personally would be shoving there. She's the short stack at the table. She's got nothing else to lose. There's no one she can ladder against. She's going to be in the blinds next hand. Yes, she would have run into Grace's king queen here, but you got to think: would your hand be? You're going to be in the blind for one of those bigs out of your 6 big blind stacks next. Are you going to be beating a king 9 hand? King 9's above average, so I would have found a shove there. Just understanding your situation on the table with when you're about to be in the blinds, how much you've got invested, what the average hand is.
Will they be looking at the payouts though? Will that make a difference?
Quite potentially will be.
Because everybody is shallow, it's going to be one of those where next out, yeah, that's always needs taking off. There's only obviously only 6 left in the tournament. Nearly 6,000 for first. You don't want to put the chips in light at all. 3.8 for second.
Absolutely.
And the next out is going to be taking over just under £1,000, £800 for 6th, and then a big jump to 5th. It's another £260 to 5th. So we might be looking at everybody's stack on the table.
I think
as well.
they might be, and obviously hitting that 4-figure payout when for the person that busts next won't be hitting the 4-figure payout. So but there is that consideration. However, when you're the short stack, you are the one at risk, right? There isn't anyone going to be laddering above you, so or it's for you to ladder. So you have to take those calculated risks and understand your equity with hands. So Marta has got 7 bigs, Jo with 7 bigs, Margaret with 18, and Grace and Emily somewhere in the middle of the pack at the moment, although it is fairly tight. I mean, just one all in is going to change it, isn't it? Or picking up a couple of all bits is
supposed to be on silent when you're commentating. Oh, rookie errors again. $7-4 for Marta. Chris Clark, you've come back with 1 big blind and 1. Well, I'm telling you, what about the EPT champion last week? 1 big blind and turned it into 1.4 million.
Oh my God, it was amazing, wasn't it?
1 big blind.
Unbelievable.
Turned into 1.4
how many
million.
times we're hearing that kind of story all the time now? Like,
absolutely.
It's, a chip in a chair story. So why can it not? And why can it not be you?
Absolutely.
It happens to,
Yep. It is something that you don't always see, but it can happen, and it's happened in a lot of tournaments. Marty Smith famously won the Poker Million, 1.5 big blinds.
He did.
Just had a DPT champion for 1.4 million, 1 big blind. You don't always have to put your chips in just because you've only got 5 bigs, and that's the way they're playing. So good on them.
1 minute.
Good on them. Is it a dinner break in the main? Yes, it is. Is it an hour-long dinner break? It's an hour-long dinner break for there's plenty of options, burgers and taters and hot dogs. There's a lasagna, very nice lasagna, by the way. There's a lasagna, salad and garlic bread in the main hall. There's also a burger van outside as well, straight outside the front door, that we might have to try tomorrow. There's plenty of choice, which is good for the players. And if you fancy it, there's a game of football on Wednesday. They're playing Preston. Just to let you know, Preston have set a new record today. They're unbeaten in the league this year. They have scored 1 goal. They've played 6 games. They have scored 1 goal, and they are in the top half of the league. And they've had 5 0-0s. Not the most exciting team to watch, but they're playing Coventry City on Wednesday. Under 2.5 goals is 1 to 50.
Really? Wait to see. Okay.
So yeah, we're on the Women's Championships. 219 entries. Well done, Katie. Getting all the ladies to turn up for the 2-day event here in Coventry. It's great to have them on the feature. Yeah, Razor Kev, we got 3 out of 4. Even Rotherham United came up for the 4-timer. Watford drawing level twice, but QPR done it. So well done to Razor Kev's QPR for winning the first game of the season. Unfortunately, come on the wrong day because it scuppered Towers treble and Towers 4-timer. We nearly got off to a cracker.
Okay.
So the blinds are 30,000, 60,000. As you can see, Joe's got 5 bigs.
Starting to get a little bit of a gap between the top and the bottom now, though, with Margaret on 18.
Yeah, 1 double up.
Quite a few down at the bottom with 5 bigs.
One double up. We have a new chip leader.
Absolutely.
So that's the way it is. But yeah, the back of the room, they're on a 60-minute dinner break to enjoy food from around.
The thing is now, though, with Margaret's stack, she can start putting the pressure on those 5 bigs.
Do you think it's that deep that you can start applying pressure?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, because the way they're playing, that there's still the strategy behind it, even though they're all shallow. There's basically 3 of them at the bottom with 5 big blinds.
Yeah.
So Margaret can be opening to apply pressure, knowing that they're trying to ladder.
Yeah.
And also, not only that, if she takes a hit to her stack, she's still at 13.
Looks like we're an all in the call and a situation for Joe, who's all in with the 10s, all in with the best of it. Emily stands up. Emily won't be eliminated, but she will be short.
Earphones are going away.
Yeah.
She's found a pocket pair though. It's perfectly fine.
She won't be out, but she'll be on 2 bigs. 3, 6.
Very safe, clean flop. The spades aren't working for Emily either, so no backdoor spades. You've got the backdoor straight draw possibly.
Oh, unless you hit a 4 on the turn.
Wow.
Oh my days,
wow. So now it's
wow.
That is so unlucky for Joe. 10 pocket 10s.
Oh man.
Now eliminated.
Well done, Joe.
Joe came in as our day 2 chip leader, so it's good to see her final table and run deep. It's very unlucky. She had a couple of hits there that just decimated her stack.
Absolutely.
That's what happens.
So Emily at 15 bigs, Margaret 17, looking like the 2 to catch.
So what I was just saying is I think you'll see Emily now start to apply the pressure with her stack. She's experienced online player. She knows how to, force play with a chip lead stack and apply that pressure to the shorter stacks. I know that Margaret technically is still chip leader, but I think you'll see Emily now opening up and sort of getting the job done.
Well done, Joe.
Down to 5.
Well done, Joe.
Margaret with the ace-7. This will be interesting. She's under the gun, she's chip leader, but obviously Emily has just knocked a player out and effectively doubled her stack, so she's now in the blind, so it's not going to be just as easy as putting pressure on stacks now with Emily up near Margaret's stack. So she's elected for just a raise rather than the shove. Emily doesn't pick up a hand, so obviously has to fold. It would have been interesting to see how that plays out if Emily had half a hand there. Margaret increases her stack, but obviously has to put it straight back in the blinds now. So Marta now picks up an ace-7 offsuit in the cut-off. Be interesting to see what she does here. I don't think she typically likes to play those sort of hands, no, and she does fold. I think you can shove with that with her stack size. But it might also be the fact that she's shoving into the 2 big stacks blinds. Emily and Margaret blind on blind might be more inclined to call, but I would call, shove there. Margaret, we don't know her hand, but we've got Emily with the 7-4 suited. Hits quite a big flop. She's got the flush draw, she's got a straight draw.
Got the lot.
Yeah, we don't know what Margaret's got, but I would imagine with Emily check. I was going to say I think she'd be all in, so or check shoving. It's a lovely play there with the combo draw. So even though only 7 high at this point, she's got so many cards working for her on the turn and river that decides to check shove. She got the bet from Margaret and picks up another nice pot there.
Cheers, mate.
Probably has just gone to chip leader as well with that because it was against Margaret. So lovely play.
Here he comes, the man himself. I like the hat, by the way.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
To be honest, I never don't wear a hat unless when I'm doing comms. So the fact that we've got some new accessories for the team.
So Jay's back.
Jay is back in town. I'm off to do some filming with the Goliath and Sean Hayden and everybody else. So Jay is back in town.
Right, have fun.
Thanks.
Make sure he don't make you disappear. I need you for the next. I need you for the next 8 days.
We've just had just to update Jay now. We've just had
you've only lost
massive hand between Emily and Joe. Basically, Emily had 4s and Joe had 10s, and Emily hit 4 on the turn. Eliminated Joe and has basically gone to chip leader as a result of that. The stacks you can see at the bottom are all very similar, so they're all short, but because they're all the same, they're all sort of holding tight. They're still playing quite snug, you know. There's been no reckless, mad play. There hasn't been anyone applying much pressure either. Margaret has a little bit, but I think now we've seen Emily go to chip leader, I think we'll see that change. She'll start opening up, applying the pressure, and as I said earlier, I think she'll start getting the job done. Obviously, these sort of hands aren't going to help, but you could see her defending wider. Margaret picks up the aces here, just shoves like.
Sub 10 bigs effective, isn't it? The effective stack size here, Katie, is literally 7 big.
Yeah, I know, but we haven't seen her doing this. We haven't seen her shoving off of 10. I totally get what you're saying, but we've seen her just raising off of it. So even when you get big hands, you need to balance that range and do the same play as what you did with other hands. So I would have liked to see her just do the raise that she's been doing off of it, and then, let Marta put the chips in and snap it. It's just a difference,
The thing is, if
stacks.
If anyone's opening off of effective stack 7 bigs, alarm bells are going straight off in my head. Usually, that's the thing. But
they would with you, but at this
Yeah.
stack depth on this game where everyone's at that stack depth, I don't think the alarm bells are going off, if I'm honest, because this is what's been happening in this game. They've still been raising off of these stack depths. You know, Margaret's chip leader.
Well, she's about to extend that chip lead.
Yeah.
But Katie just mentioned, I didn't see the hand, but the fours
No, I'm not playing.
were lucky previously.
I'm doing live commentary on the feature table round now as well to the round. So clean flop, 6-6-5. No one's got a diamond, so no backdoor flush draws. Jack of hearts on the turn.
Gonna need a 4 on the river.
Marta needs a 4 and only a 4, and it doesn't come. So GG Marta, great game and well played. Margaret increases her chip lead now up to 23 bigs, nice and playable now against the 2 short stacks, Carol and Grace with the 6 and 7 big blinds. The thing is, she can now start to apply pressure to those, and if she does take a hit, then she's still all right. She can still play. It's not going to completely cost her tournament life. So yeah, she's definitely running good as well as playing good, Margaret. I like what I've seen with her play. We've seen her open up blind on blind quite wide, and you know, she hasn't just won them chips through getting aces all the time or getting lucky. It's been good play. And there's 2 ladies left in the last longer as well. That is Emily in the middle seat and then Margaret in seat 8.
2 chip leaders.
They are the 2 chip leaders, and one of these women will win a main event Goliath X seat. So they will get the chance to go again and do it all again in the main event. So it's a nice little last longer giveaway that Grosvenor have added on. They've not taken anything out of the prize pool for any of this. They've just added to it, which has been really supportive of them. Really good to see. Margaret folds the 7 deuce here. Carol folds the Queen 4 and Grace picks up a walk with the Queen 10. Probably would have gone in anyway with Grace there, so, but nice to pick up your blind again and be able to survive another orbit, basically, isn't it? Game of survival. So this is what I mean. No one's actually going mental with their stacks being short.
No.
Like, even though in a normal game, 6 and 7 big blinds, you're so short, you would be shoving so wide.
Yeah.
But that's because other stacks are like 100 big blinds. You're all fairly, you know, not too far off. One double up and it all changes, right?
Of course.
So they are still playing, you know, with sort of respect to the game rather than anything else in the stacks.
Carol in the cut-off. No action for her ace-queen. So 4 players remaining here. So Emily in the small, just going to complete. Understanding we need to tone down the aggression now without the chip lead. Margaret has us covered on our left. So just going to complete. Margaret checking her option. Check, check on the flop. 9 of hearts rolling off on the turn. Probably this is where Emily wants to start better now. Understand, checking the flop, try and induce something for our opponents. So Margaret does catch up now. So check, doing wonders on the flop for Emily. Going to get a an extra street of value here. Jack of spades on the river and choosing to check now, as Emily potentially could value bet that 1-2 pair. Extremely strong hand. Thinks better of it. Maybe she's thinking some king 10 possibly in there. So look at them stack sizes. So Emily with the king 10. All in here versus Margaret. This is a huge pot. This could potentially be the winning pot here. And Margaret on her way to a hold. But there is a 2 of hearts on the turn for Emily. So Emily can now hit a 10 or a heart. This is a huge pot. And it is a heart. 7 of hearts on the river. What a run out that is for Emily. And Margaret is going to be crippled down to 1 big blind. And Emily now up to 2.4 million. 3 million chips in play. Look at these stack sizes. 2.4 million for Emily. And Carol is second in chips with 5 big blinds. Grace with 4 and Margaret with 1. I can't see this going any other way than Emily's now after finding the backdoor hearts there versus the ace king. A bit of a sickener for Margaret. She's played very well. She's been patient and gets it in good. Unfortunately, Emily finds the backdoor hearts.
Emily on fire, but also like playing with pressure, you know. She's playing powerfully. She's not going to just sit back. She's going for that win. And, you know, most of the time it's going to get through, isn't it? So Margaret just found a hand there that could call.
So this is interesting now. With the ladders being what they are, I'm just going to throw it up. You see everyone locked up 15.50. It's literally an £800 pay jump now. So 8 buy-in pay jump for these players, and with 5 bigs, 4 bigs and 1 bigs being the stack, it's a really interesting spot for both Grace and Carol and Margaret, all there with their short stacks. Obviously Emily with all the chips now. Very difficult for her to lose this from here.
Well, that's exactly right. It is her game to lose now at the end of the day, isn't it? There's going to be after an absolute sick cooler that happens to decimate her stack. But it's more of a battle for who's going to battle for second now, really. We've seen that Grace has played so patiently. We've seen Margaret applying some pressure. The 3 big blinds of each there. I mean, again, Grace, I would be calling that they are with 3 bigs, but I suppose it's just difficult to pull that trigger for your stack all in. And Grace has shown she would rather be the one that shoves. Not sure if Grace was aware of Margaret's stack left there, because it was really not very much to call there. So Margaret actually picks up a very lucky pot
She
there
gets a
without
triple. She gets a triple without having to see anything.
Yeah.
She only had 1 big blind and now getting in her 3 big blinds with A7.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as well, guys, blinds are going to be shooting around now, four-handed. So
yeah,
going to have to make
half
a
the
move
time you're in
sooner or
one of the
later.
blinds, aren't you? So, and you know, with antes and stuff, it is literally.
So Margaret
ramping
shoved.
it up.
Carol has called. Carol does have Margaret covered. So Margaret, the player at risk here.
I like my mum's now on stage. The row is like getting closer and closer to the table.
So a flop of 9,
Everyone's so
9,
excited
5.
for this event.
So Margaret gonna need to hit. Counterfeit out's now working, or just find the ace.
Yeah, that'll just do it. So only a 3 will stop the double up, and that's
10.
it. So Margaret finds the nice double. So I mean, look at the row for this event. Just look at how many people were railing it. You know what? How great is that? Grace and Carol, 2 big blinds now each. I mean, this is, you know.
I think
so
Carol, there was a slight graphic error there. I think Carol actually had less Katie, so we've actually just lost Carol.
Yeah.
So we've lost Carol Clark in 4th place. So we are three-handed.
Three-handed. Emily chip leader, then Margaret, then Grace.
So this could be over in a heartbeat with the stack sizes in question.
Thank you. This is the final ball. Black players, please retake your seats. You have just under 3 minutes remaining on your break. That's all. Black players, please retake your seats. Just under 3 minutes remaining on your break.
I'm back now. What's been happening? Jay, Sean Hayden's on form.
Is he?
Oh, let me tell you.
Has he got new tricks?
Let me tell you, Sean Hayden's. Well, I'm not being funny, but when you spend 2 years in lockdown and all you've got to do is have a pack of cards in your hand, then you're going to learn a lot of things, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's done.
Absolutely.
So we've been doing Sean Hayden and we've been getting him ready, and he's going to do some more at the next break. So it's all going on. They're all coming back from the dinner break in the background, as you can see. So I'm going to have to pull myself a chair up. Pull myself a chair up.
I'll move.
Yeah, yes, tell the cross. Get it middle, Kitty. Get it middle.
A little move about.
That's it. You're the quietest. That'll do.
I've never been called quiet before.
This way.
I'll pick it all.
Eddie asked a good question. How long will it take you to bring new players on the feature table when the ladies tournament finishes? So it could be as quick as 15 minutes or half hour, or it could be anything up to 2 hours. It all depends on when the next break is for the GUKPT.
But before we do, we've got Emily has picked up Kings here.
Really?
She's chip leader. Grace is like literally got half her stack in the blind, so you know there isn't much she's going to be folding surely here. Margaret folds out the Jack 6. Oh, it's like 5 deuce off in your blind when you've got half of it in there is just so unlucky, but you know at some point you've got to be able to go with it. That's not the hand you want though. So Grace folds that out. Emily extends her chip lead. And we're still three-handed. Just letting you know.
3 left out of 219.
Yeah, final 3. Emily with the A6 picking up all the hands now as well as we go. Three-handed. Grace with the Jack 4 off. It's all in, blind on blind.
When do your mum become tournament director? And there's the race for Emily. Grace is going to do a backdoor way, backdoor wheel. Oh, there's a 2.
Oh, that's potentials.
So 5 needed to
She
survive.
found the 5.
Otherwise, we're heads up.
No,
So 7.
so we go heads up. Congratulations to Grace.
Well done, Grace.
Known Grace a long, long time. She's a brilliant player. So I'm delighted that she made that final table and delighted that she's come third on that. Giving her girlfriend and her friends over with my mum, who's TD in the event.
Just every all in, she walks over, hands on hips, has a little look over at the table. Lost one.
One down. She'd be setting them up now for their heads up match.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, she's over. She's now ringing me to tell me that their heads up. Bless her heart, helping always. His mum does.
Chef Brad says how many players in the main events of Goliath Day 1A? 1,315.
Are you joking? 1,315?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. I didn't expect that.
Wow, I did not expect that either.
1,315.
Oh my gosh, that is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. It's buzzing out there. It's absolutely buzzing, honestly. It's just, there's no event like it. There really isn't. There's just nothing like it.
There's no other day full at this moment in time, but tomorrow already has 645 entries, and the final flight, the final long day, the normal clock on the Thursday has 625 entries so far.
Yeah, of course.
The turbos are not very well populated yet, but they will be as players bust out, especially on Thursday. You've got 2 chances to play the turbos on the Friday. But no other flight at the moment is full. 645, it's capped at 800, and then 200 spaces for tomorrow available in the club from tomorrow morning. What's the Red Tooth Malta 52?
It's just like a satellite basically into...
Oh, okay.
So they are just setting up for heads up. I think they're getting stack sizes, they're repositioning the players at either end of the table. It's not long, so we're just going to stay here. If you've got any questions or comments, then post them in the chat whilst we're waiting. You can see the trophy is out now, so that's lovely to see.
Come on, Margot, says Wayne Wright.
Just something to note as well, both of these ladies are the last longer ladies.
Wow.
So whoever wins this is going to win their seat to the Goliath main event.
Awesome.
Which is another lovely little touch by Grosvenor to add that on for a last longer. It means that, you know, whoever's won this is going to get a chance to go and do the double with Goliath on. And if it's Margaret that wins it, then she's going to be doing the double on a free roll because she's free rolled into this game because she was one of my ticket winners. So that would be an absolutely amazing story.
How you doing, Mike? Do you have to sit at your table as soon as you are in the room for the Goliath, or is it anything before 5:20? If you're pre-reg, you can turn up any time before late reg closes. And if you don't, then your chips will come out of plate and you'll have a chance to play another flight. If you are still coming down and you know you're going to get there after late reg, you can call the club and they'll keep your chips in play for when you get there.
That's son of Margot. I wonder if he's on a percentage or trying to spend the winnings.
Do you know what? I've spoke to Daniel a lot, the guy in the orange and burgundy.
City. Bradford City.
Yeah, Bradford City shirt.
Yes.
I don't know football. I've spoke to him a lot because Margaret isn't on Facebook or any the social media or anything like that, and not great with computers, according to Daniel. So I've actually been in contact with him to speak to his mum, and he's so supportive of her. It's unbelievable. He drives her down here. He stays with her. He's championing her all the time, and he's asking me for updates all the time. How many's left in the last longer? How many's left, Kate? How many's left? And I'm like, you know, trying to give him updates, and it's so lovely to see, you know, the support, the family support, and you know, friendship supports and that. Oh, look at him now, it's so cute.
Jay, why is your cup of tea warm and mine's empty?
and mine's non-existent.
Why? How? Hold on a minute. I'm doing some comms with Katie. If I want to go and get a cup of tea and you're not here...
Why is yours warm?
Well, because if I'm getting a cup of tea and you're not here, I'm not going to bring back a cup of tea because I don't know when you're coming back.
Katie, did you get a cup of tea?
Well, can you see a cup of tea?
Exactly. Not at all.
No, I've been forgotten.
It must be that. It must be that.
You don't miss much, do you, Tara?
It must be.
He's seen the
It must be that iron team that I forgot. Andy Williams says, Tower, can you buy it online and play on the day? No, online registration is now closed. You have to buy into the club itself only. The reason for that is obviously if you play day 1A and then try and register online, that's classed as 2 day 1, so you can't do that. So they close registration before we start the tournament in itself, which was today. So Reg was closed online. You can buy in here at the club only now or chance your arm to get in. When we come back, I think it's only about a 5-minute break, isn't it?
It's not long.
No.
If it was long, I would have said to shut it off. It's not long. They're going to be back soon.
Yeah.
Mum's organising again. Look.
I'm trying to get a video of you and you're too quick as a dealer. Just make sure it's nice and slow, will you, please?
I just love it.
Brilliant.
Oh, so cute.
I am Mehmet, watching in Northern Cyprus. I've seen the Mad Turk today. He's in the 1K.
Yeah, he had some chips in the 1K.
He's in the 1K.
Yeah, he's in the 1K.
How many's left in the 1K?
I think it was 60 odd last time I checked. That was about an hour ago, though, so probably getting close to the money now. I'd say
the Mad Turk.
50 odd, that would be a guess.
Do it, Jay.
I just want to give a shout out to my mum actually, because she's like honestly such a rock to me, and she's supporting all the time and behind the scenes. I know a lot of the people don't see this because my group is only for women.
We don't live with you.
Well, no, but this Facebook group, I don't live with my mum, but my Facebook group is for women only. So a lot of the guys don't see any of the hard work that goes on behind the scenes. But my mum is always sort of helping out with that admin side of it, and you know, just she does a lot for the game as well, as do a lot of women, but she's really good. So I know we're sort of laughing and saying about her organising it, but yeah.
She chopped the high roller back in 2018,
She did chop the high roller. She came second technically, but she chopped it, and my husband Dean chopped it as well. I think it was either the year before or the year after. And then I final tabled the following year, and it was like immense pressure that I was supposed to finish second in that as well, but I didn't. So,
Didn't Dean finish second in London and then quit?
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
Lost heads up to...
He got face on that much. They lost heads up. He's never played a game since.
We're a family of seconds. I was second in the Goliath. Dean was second in Luton in a GUKPT main event. Then he was second in London on a GUKPT main event. He was second in a high roller at Goliath. My mum was second at the high roller in Goliath, you know. None of us can close anything out. So, yeah, we...
You can always speak
second in the Sunday Millions online. So,
you can always speak to Nixon and get some advice.
Yeah, he's had a couple of high rollers.
Here we go, the shaking of the hands.
And we're off. Heads up. So, Emily with a substantial chip lead by the looks of it.
And a table of beer.
Yeah, she's just setting herself up.
A substantial table of beer. That's what she's got.
The jacket's coming off.
Oh, meaning business now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Risk it for a biscuit.
She's got a tournament to close out here, and it's a record-breaking tournament at that. It is officially the largest ladies-only event in Europe.
Is it?
Broke our own record.
Yay.
We held the record originally with 204, I think it was. 200. It was around about 204, and it's now 219 with 160 unique players entries. So absolutely amazing, you know. And we're going to see now who wins that almost £6,000 up top. And the title and the trophy.
And a Goliath seat.
And a Goliath seat, yeah. So, absolutely amazing for a £100 buy-in, really, isn't it? So, off we go. We're shuffling.
Let's do this.
So Mum's taking the pictures. She's putting them on Facebook. Kev's Facebook live in the live stream.
But they're behind the red rope.
Yeah.
Your mum won't be, but there's an all in her call, I'll tell you that. So we'll be straight there.
Okay.
The actual official TV's
What's he
in there.
videoing anyway, Kev? He's not doing it live, is he?
Absolutely no idea. No idea.
He didn't know how to work it. Is it even on? Oh, Kevin, technology don't seem to mix. I'm not saying
I
it's
don't know about that. He was a very high up BT manager back in the day.
But that's BT.
So,
That's phone lines. This is technology. This is clicking a button.
But he's
on
holding a
TikTok.
phone. He's holding a phone, so technically.
He
He's getting a new position.
It might be on TikTok.
Angles. Different angles are
If you-
We've got one each side. The parents in
If you got Kev O'Connor on TikTok, can you let me know what it is?
Oh. There we go.
Oh dear. This is it. Heads up, Margot on the right, Emily on the left.
I'm biased, but yes, Samantha, I agree with you. My mum is lovely. My dad is also. And my sister, she's been here to support as well. And I've got my brother-in-law coming up tomorrow as well, so it's like a whole family little trip this. We love Goliath.
There you thought you were coming up to Coventry to get away from everybody and they've all turned up at the same time.
We just love Goliath. It's like, honestly, every time I walk in here, it's like I feel a very overwhelming feeling of coming home. It's like the event that put me on the map, so I'm always going to be grateful for Goliath. It definitely changed my life.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Mickey since he won it?
Yeah, he moved
Did he have a
abroad.
wife and he got a baby?
He did get married. He's had a baby. I think he's had another one now as well. But he moved abroad. So
Has he moved back to Finland?
No, he moved to, I think it was Portugal or something like that.
Awesome. See, I like that idea. Somewhere hot.
So yeah, exactly. But he played it. The last one we was at before COVID, we bumped into each other and had another little sort of memory photo together. So it was lovely guy, honestly, and what a fantastic player he is.
Here we go.
So we're off.
First hand heads up. Margot on the right, Emily on the left. Who takes it down?
We have got an all-in.
In the fold.
In the fold. I thought because she was about to move chips then, I thought that was going in as well, but yeah. Okay, so first hand to Emily. Already with the advantage on the chip lead.
Turn up, we had suits on.
What's the
5,850 up top, 3.84 seconds.
Yeah, so we've got a difference of £2,000 here that the ladies are playing for. Margaret finding 5 do, so I can't do anything with that. Emily would have been calling if Margaret adds anything anyway. If anyone does know in chat, please no spoilers in the chat box.
Yeah.
Those that are watching it live want to see the action as it happens.
Yeah.
Remember, we're on a 30-minute delay, so no spoilers, please.
We know it's not going to last long because obviously it's pretty shallow, but we don't know which way it's going to go. That's the thing.
40 big blinds in play.
Yeah. So we've got the 2.9 million stack v the 400k stack.
So £5,865 for the winner, and the person who loses the last stand gets £3,810. But not only that, you get a ticket into Goliath when you win it.
You do, so effectively you've
Margaret
got
shoves
over
in the call.
6k.
Oi, oi.
Margaret just going for it, trying to get a fold. Emily finds 9s.
I mean, she's got 5 big, so, you know, she can
9s
spike between here.
against. Very excited.
So we've got pocket 9s of Emily, chip leader.
Well,
Jack
roll reverse
8-7.
now.
We now don't want to hit a 9
Yeah, but
because she will hit the straight.
Yeah. So we actually lose outs here with the 10-4.
We do.
Going from 3 to 2.
Okay.
Can't actually see.
And
if
10. We
she's
don't
got
know
a
if
spade.
she's got a spade.
She doesn't have
No.
a spade.
No spade. So it's a 10 and 9.
9 only, and it's
That
the
is
eight
it. So
of
Emily is our
diamonds.
new women's champion. Congratulations, Emily.
The towers out there.
And we can see there Margaret, Mum's videoing.
Are you going out,
No,
Katie?
I am. I go running out, but fantastic. I mean, we know Emily got lucky a couple of times in hands, but I have to say it isn't just a game of luck. It's a game of skill. She's played well. She played. She picked her spots. She folded when she needed to. She applied pressure when she needed to. Congratulations, Emily Glancy, the new women's champion.
We're going to head over to Tower with the winners' interview and the trophy presentation very shortly. You see him standing there having a little dance, and off we go.
Emily Glancy, women's champion. How does that sound?
Amazing, especially at the Goliath. Yeah, it means a lot. Means a lot to support Katie Swift and women in poker in general.
Yeah.
I do that a lot in my poker, in my streams and things like that. Always been a massive advocate for women's poker, and to come here just to show support was enough, and to win it is just incredible. Like, such an honour. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to cry.
You hit a nice 4.
Oh God, no! And especially when the lady to my right told me she folded a 4. Oh my God!
Yeah, we told on the stream, was like, oh well, that'll do.
No, what I said to Joe, I was like, I'm really sorry, I didn't want to do that. I genuinely didn't, and it's horrible to do it in that fashion. But I think with 7 blinds, I was kind of working in my head in ICM, is that a jam, and you know. But,
we said on the stream it was a little bit shallow. Katie understands that she's going to look at it for next year. Didn't change the fact they had a lot of fun.
Oh God, incredible fun.
Poker.
We had some shots.
All night by the sounds of it.
Yes. Yeah, so yeah, the bags under my eyes. I've had to put cement just to cover up some of the cracks, but yeah, I could still show them. I could see them on the big screen.
Yeah.
I kept thinking I was going to have to play poker like this. But yeah, thank you so much to Katie for putting this on and everything she's done. Yeah, amazing.
219 runners is just incredible.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just, you just play your best on the day, and if you're running hot, and you just got to do your best, and that's it. Win, lose or draw, as long as you played your best, there's nothing else you can do. I'm happy with my play in general, and just moving on to the next thing.
Out of the 219 runners and all the chips, you've got every single one.
I know,
which is amazing. Congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I know you're going to celebrate.
Well, you're going to get me a cup of tea to celebrate. I'm still
going to make you the best cup of tea very shortly. I'm going to make you the best cup of tea.
Anybody who wants tea making in any GUKPT event, get in a line.
Well, the trophy's there, but Katie's not in the room, so we'll sort that out very shortly. I know she is. Katie, can you do the honours? Ladies and gentlemen, the champion of the Women's Championship is Emily Glancy! What a fantastic ending. It was brilliant. Back to comms, you. Shall we do it again next year?
Always defending the title, no pressure. But yeah. Any way that, and it's also to encourage anybody who maybe doesn't feel like they want to play a massive field of a mixed event, and you want to play in a friendly environment. I would encourage any women who are interested in starting up poker to join your women's event. And get involved. There's loads of poker forums out there. Katie's got hers, flip group, and everything.
Yeah, you've got yours.
Yeah, I've got mine. I've got my little stream, and I risk it for a biscuit.
Absolutely.
So we did risk it for the biscuits with them fours.
And if you drink shots, it's all the better. Get involved.
True.
Emily,
Powered by
congratulations. Congratulations, very
Thank
well
you.
done. Top stuff. You can come in, you.
Emily has actually won our last longer competition.
How's that?
So she is now going to be battling the main event at Goliath. Well done,
Thank you.
Emily.
Thank you
There
very
you
much.
go.
So fun.
Fitting end to the Women's Championships. Emily, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Nice
you very
one.
much. Cheers.
And that
amazing.
is that. Look at Sue.
No, Sue's still there. She's like David Bailey.
She's great.
She is. She's like David Bailey. Kev's in the top left video in it for Facebook. And he's got Sue on there again. He wants it. Unbelievable.
Right, that is it, guys, for the ladies. But
Yes.
good news, we're going to be back in 30
There's smiles
minutes'
and
time.
kisses and loves and all sorts going on.
And I just want to say thanks to everyone in the chat for the
Yeah.
support and the contributions that you
Yes.
do there, and all the lovely kind words that you've said about me and all the women and who you've been railing. Honestly, I can't appreciate it enough. And thanks to the team here that have done it all. So, great turnout, and roll on next year to do it all again.
219, amazing, great effort. We are now going to be on a break.
We've got half hour, guys, and then we are going to be covering the last two sessions of day 2 of the GUKPT here in Coventry. And a few notable names coming to the table when we get back in half hour's time. We will see you then. Big congratulations to Emily.
Do we know how many's left? Just a quick update for the guys. Do we know how many people are left in the 1K? We are coming back with the 1K in about 30 minutes time. The timer will be on, the clock will be on, the break will be on, so we'll come back. We're going to find Emily and buy her a shot. That's what we're going to do.
There is 57 left, so we're going to be coming back for bubble time.
Yeah, GUKPT 1K is going to be on the live stream in 30 minutes. Catch you then.
See you then, guys.
Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you. See you later.